in the building for the last time of 2025.
Let me just go ahead and tell y'all, and we can't do it without you guys, but the goal in 2025 is to kick absolute ass.
Yeah!
In this market, talking sports and having a good time.
Gotta have it.
All day long on 104.5 The Zone. So we appreciate you guys on the front end. Norfolk State in 12-0 Tennessee going on ESPN Plus. 40-32 Vols lead. Vols favored by 29.5. What's up, Babs?
We haven't even mentioned the fact that our esteemed colleague here is not in sweats for
my man's out doing business.
The very few times in his
like the third time all
radio career.
Listen, sometimes you got to represent.
Yeah, not only does he have a Louis pattern sweater.
What's funny, though, is before you get there to describe what he's doing, he'll either go like, all the hell in.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm just out here in my sweats and my boom boom room.
There's no in between.
There is no in between.
There is no in between.
Absolutely right.
I mean, he's all in today, ready?
I would love to see your closet.
Hey, I got to get rid of some stuff.
You have like mid-range stuff?
Weight?
No, that and I got too many jeans of when I had boot cut jeans. Like I'm a guy that keeps.
You dropped LBs. You gotta get out of that.
Skinny jean guy now?
No.
You need to be thinner.
I'm a regular fit jean now. Fit. I got some stuff in there that I need to get rid of.
This is your wardrobe. You ready? Yeah. Your wardrobe is like college basketball now.
Oh, here we go.
What is it, like the portal?
It's 3-pointers and layups. There's no mid-range jumpers in your wardrobe.
Very true.
That's true.
Very true.
That's a great way to put it.
And I appreciate that.
But you look very nice today.
Thank you, Babs.
But I just wanted to say, when you were saying this was the last show of the year, we're going to absolutely kick ass next year, and that's through y'all's help, and we're going to have as much fun as possible. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
What's up, Zephyr?
How was Cracker Barrel the other day? I forgot to ask you.
Me and Babs almost crashed.
It wasn't that busy. I'm not gonna lie.
It was, well, dang.
We spent a lot of time on Cracker Barrel. Babs, you should have seen the show on. What day was that?
Oh, I heard. Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve was something.
No, that was when Slay came back here.
We had a good time.
I've heard about all of it.
That was phenomenal. I will tell you this. On my deathbed, I will remember that show. Slay not only went and hit the buttons like you did, he sat the heck down and
ran the whole show.
Ran the show. He was in my ear like, we need a break.
See, you know what? This is. Were you really?
Yeah.
How fun was that?
Oh, I loved it.
Stop talking. Get to break.
Yeah, you could just fire off things while people were talking. I'll do that all the time.
You know what? This is what our CEO of our company gets when she makes us work on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
that's what Savage was saying.
That's what it's chaos.
Savage was like, because literally we were the only 3 people in the entire building.
You're probably the only 3 people working from 3 to 6 on Christmas Eve in this town, other than first responders.
Yep.
We had their back.
Other than the really important life-saving people, honestly. Yeah. And I love y'all, but
I was going to say, we saved a couple lives, Babs. Maybe ruined a couple, too. So,
yeah, that's true.
Hey, listen, we provided top-notch entertainment.
That's all we can do.
It might have been Bourbon Day, too.
Yes.
Might have been.
No, it was.
No.
A tasting. After.
We don't say that on air.
After.
Watch White Toast coming up soon.
What day is today? I don't even know.
Tuesday.
Friday show. Friday show, we were all in. Slay just randomly, because I got paused for 2 seconds. So Slay goes, what's your favorite, old TV show?
It was one of those.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
The things people were bringing.
Man, we lit up. We lit the phone lines up.
This is what the Titans have done to us.
And that's what it was.
I mean, we couldn't talk about them, really. Right?
Oh, you should have seen us yesterday.
You should have seen us yesterday. We were all about the draft, baby.
Yes.
Can I say this honestly? In my entire time here, this is the earliest I've ever talked about the draft.
Still games.
Even prior to the Mariota. I mean, we were talking about the draft 2 months ago.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we're going to do it again today.
I love it.
I've got stuff. Ramon says, fix it, Zeph. I don't even know what it is.
FIZ.
Oh, FIZ. That's a thing now, Fizz?
Mm-hmm. Fizz.
I'm still looking at the Crimson Tide postgame show, which I don't want to watch.
Oh, no, you got to go
redo it?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to watch it. Is it a call-in show? It's probably going to be
I don't
phenomenal.
know. One guy's in a
Flames.
Hawaiian shirt and a backwards hat that looks like it's 45 years old.
What were they? What were they playing?
Let me say this. Lane Kiffin is probably pretty quiet right about now. Yeah. What's up with the SEC?
Man, against the Big Ten. Forget everybody else, just the Big Ten.
What's up with the ACC also? ACC 0-10 against the spread in bowl games.
Yeah, but that's
Danny Cannell bowed out the other night, man, on social media.
Yeah, he bowed out. He's like on the water somewhere. Did you see him?
Yeah, I did.
I'm
like, to sneak that in the background.
Way to bow out on your boat, Cannell.
You know,
guy.
That's a weird dude.
I love him.
He's got this Twitter personality, right? That like people just love or hate or whatever it is.
No, you love to hate.
Yes. But then he comes on the radio and he's so freaking good on the radio.
He's really good.
So I don't know how to deal with this.
He's just really fun to give crap to.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we see him.
Accept it.
We see him out there at various places, and he's like the nicest dude ever.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves giving you crap because you love giving him crap. So it's like brother, sister.
Well, and it started when I was working at SEC Network. So I was covering nothing but SEC football. And so it was a very easy, like now I kind of have to watch it. I cover all teams and all conferences.
Yeah. All right, let's talk Titans football. When we come back, Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com next, 3HL 1045 The Zone.
All right, you guys, this is the last year of 2024. How about the last day of 2024? Yeah, that too. And that means that you get to start fresh starting tomorrow. And maybe you need to start fresh with new windows and doors in your home. Guess who can do that for you? Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. As a customer of Pella Windows and Doors, I would love to recommend them to you. They're the absolute best. I replaced all of the windows and doors in my rental property. They were 20 years old and were basically caving in on themselves. So Pella came out, completely redid the frames in the windows, put in the new windows and doors, and it is absolutely amazing. And they can help you out, too, with a deal they have going on. A Dawn deal is what I like to call it. 50% off qualifying installations and no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 full months. Just ask them about it. Tell them you heard about it from me, and they'll make sure they take care of you. Here's a phone number if you want to do that, 615-249-1910. Or it's super easy. You can even schedule your consultation for next week right now with Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville online. Very easy website, PellaNashville.com.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you on New Year's Eve. Hey, be careful, people.
You better.
I heard that like 4 times the traffic fatalities tonight are due to alcohol, as like compared with other days.
Mm-hmm. When you get there, leave your car, people.
Yeah, man.
I don't think they towing
Ride share, baby.
on New Year's like that. So if you drive to a place, it's okay to leave your car and just get ride share home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the other thing. Nowadays,
it might be vandalized.
Nowadays, especially, I just feel, I feel like there's no excuse with all the rideshare options. I mean, it's super easy nowadays to pop open your app. You know, like back in our day, you had to actually plan.
Back in our day,
I know I sound like a old get off my lawn.
That was a good one.
You sound like that every time you say nowadays or back in my day.
So should I put a public service announcement out?
Well, hang on. Where did you go? What's happening over there?
Rideshare? Sorry, I had to charge my phone.
Yeah, rideshare. Like, how does Justin Timberlake get one at, where was he? The Hamptons.
Seriously.
What are you doing, dude? You've got billions of dollars, bro.
That's good news.
All right.
What kind of news?
Is this an announcement?
No, yeah, I got an announcement, but I can't tell the people the good news yet because it ain't all the way through.
Oh, you can tell us the good news?
I can tell y'all the good news. So you want me to tell y'all on the mic?
Wait a second.
It's your news. Like, I have no idea what you're about to say.
Yeah,
unless it involves the situation we've been talking about.
I know
the situation.
I know that sometimes you forget and don't realize it, but when we talk into this mic, it goes out to millions of people.
Can hear.
Millions of people.
Yeah.
Millions of people.
Okay.
Yeah. Millions.
This is why we have the success we have.
Well, I tell them good news. I tell y'all the good news. And I tell the people since they listening.
Okay.
We're all family.
Yeah, we're getting closer to our Super Bowl.
Oh.
That's the good news.
Let's go.
That's not the announcement, but that's the good news.
All right, well, announcements are presented by Unk down the street.
All right.
What about your mom and them? Oh, that's shout-outs.
Shout-outs.
Got it.
This announcement.
I always kind of worry that someone will actually sponsor shout-outs and announcements, and then mom and them will be upset. And you can't even deal with that.
They got to do
and then Unk down the street, I mean, he's just not going to leave the porch, so he's
don't give a damn.
You just need a company to start, or a company to name their company, Mom and Them. And
Yeah.
Mom,
there you go.
Let's start a company.
Hey, that'd be a great...
Your mom and them.
That'd be a great meet and three. Stop by your mom and them.
Oh, that...
Where are you going to eat tonight? Your mom and them?
Oh, dog.
We're out of it.
Dog. Do you know how good that was? Hey, man, I don't even know if the food got to be good. The line going to be down the street because whose mom and them can't cook? Now, us personally, like, we may not be able to, but your mom and them, the mom and them can throw down.
They can throw down.
Yes.
Don't
lump
us as we. Some of us can cook.
Oh, dude.
No.
You can make eggs at Cracker Barrel without
biscuits. Boy, all right.
I can make him. I know how to make it. Look,
Can you cook stuff? When is our next meal?
I can make
Chef Zeph.
Talk to him, Babsy.
I can make handmade biscuits. I know the recipe. I know how to do it.
No.
Yeah. That's what I'll do. That's all I'll do.
You just open the package and put them in?
No.
That is not a handmade biscuit.
Start from scratch biscuits, like with the flour and milk and all that.
Dude, I ain't starting from scratch for anything.
Do they really taste any different than the packaged ones?
Oh, yes.
Zeph, what we want to know, though, is because you can cook, when are we going to get the meal when you invite us over and say, all right, let's go, y'all? I got a friend that has a kitchen wide open. You can go.
We've heard a lot about these meals and everything.
Yeah.
See?
I got a kitchen. It's wide open.
Yeah.
Never used.
Come on in there.
All right, I take back my stuff. That's too much work.
No, Zeph. Come on.
And an empty pantry for you to store things.
Listen, we're gonna get to Jim Wyatt. Gonna get to Jim Wyatt.
Can I make my announcement?
Yes, make your announcement.
Hey, man, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight, y'all, be safe.
Yeah.
And people are gonna drive and leave their cars overnight. Hey, all my good people out there, don't break in the cars tonight, y'all. Everybody take a break.
All the criminals take a night off.
Come on, y'all.
Take a night off.
If all your other activities, I'm not telling you to go do them. Let's not check the box of breaking in cars, not vandalizing vehicles, man. It's too many out here that are getting busted windshields and side windows. People going in sunroofs now. Like,
I know. Listen, lots of
Come on,
cops
y'all.
listen to us. I want to know the stats. Based on your announcement, I feel like car vandalism should be way down tonight
should be,
because
man.
of what you just said.
Come on, y'all.
And because of Unc and them down the street.
and guess what else is going to be down in regards to that?
What?
Drunk driving.
There you go.
Because
right.
people they'll feel like, oh, I can leave my car. I'll be back. Now,
That's right.
everybody leave your car. Be
That's
back
right.
and get it by 11 in the afternoon tomorrow.
11 in the afternoon.
Yeah, wherever you leave it.
Do you want? Can I tell you a crazy story real quick, and then we'll talk substance?
Yes.
Well, we've got Jim
So-
White just sitting here.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. Okay, I'll tell you
We have
that
not-
story later.
Well, I mean, we can,
Jimmy.
listen, we can bring
Jim.
Jim in. You can tell the story.
No,
Hey,
no,
Jimmy,
no.
what's up,
No.
man?
Jim got a story.
I won't do this to. I won't do this to Jimmy. Jimmy, I'll tell it in the next break. How are you, Jimmy? What are you doing for New Year's?
It'll be very low-key New Year's for me. Titans practice tomorrow. I'm telling my wife this may be the first time in my life I'm asleep by midnight. I've always stayed up to midnight. I probably will stick it out because, again, I don't think I've ever been in bed when the ball has struck midnight. But this is potential for that tonight.
Well, I mean, you could do the thing
been
where
a
you,
long year,
you watch
Jimmy.
watch the the Eastern time zone ball drop, right? And then you're asleep by 11.
If I do that, I'll make it to midnight. That's not official to me. So
All right.
if I'm still up at 11, I'll
not
make
official.
it 12.
Reporters, man. You know what I mean? Like, by the time.
Accuracy.
But I won't be out on the town. There've been
Hey.
many of New Year's Eve where I've been out on the town, certainly back in my younger days, and I will not be out on the
I got you
town
covered,
tonight.
Jim.
Yeah, the honky tonks are waiting for you, Jim. Journalism with a capital J, Jim White. That's who we got here. Any resolutions? Are you a resolution guy?
No, I took a little bit of a break from my run. I like to run maybe three, 4 times a week. I took a long break from that around Thanksgiving. I
Yeah,
got
me
back
too.
into it in Jacksonville. We got down there in time for me to take a run, and I felt like when I tried to walk the next couple of days, I felt like my legs were weighed about 10 pounds. They were so sore. So I have said that I'm going to do a lot better job
Oh, okay.
of being consistent with my running, not take a month-long break, and just continue to try to exercise. And I always say I'm going to eat better, but I always end up eating a lot of peanut brittle or something that's
Well,
not good for me.
I think it's a healthy thing to take a break from running. Like when Davenport first started working on 3HL almost 7 years ago, she said as soon as she had hurt her ankle, and as soon as her ankle healed, she was going to start running again.
Mm-hmm. It's been 7 years, Jimmy.
Yeah, her ankle's still jacked up, Jim. I don't know what's going on over
Yeah.
there.
No, they told me I
rehab.
needed surgery, and I was like, man, I'm just not going to do surgery. I just won't run anymore.
Hey, Jim, so one interesting element to Week 18 in the NFL is that there are player incentives with financial escalators, and I always try to pay attention to this. And I noticed one was reported, and I just saw a report, so maybe it's true, maybe it's not, I don't know. But Tony Pollard needs 83 rush yards for $250,000 escalator and 2 touchdowns to grab another 250. The problem is, though, he's coming off the flu, and he's got Babs' ankle problem. So maybe he's not running right now. I don't know. What's his status right now?
Yeah, I know Brian Callahan said yesterday he's a chance he could play. I also said the same thing about Tyjae Spears, who's just coming off a concussion. I don't know.
Hang on, Jim. Going to put you on hold.
Oh,
Try to get you out from underwater.
it's very robotic there.
Did y'all know that? He's
Mr.
if Tony Pollard grabs 83 yards and 2 touchdowns, that's $500,000,
Yeah. I need to get that if I'm Tony Pollard.
right?
Yeah, I
2
gotta get it.
touchdowns, though. That's a little heavy.
That is heavy for a team
mean,
that
it's
don't like to get in there.
This is heavy for a Titans team that hasn't scored 17 points very often.
I like how you put that they don't like to get in there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
try, but this, yeah.
Jim lost you, man.
You guys got me again?
Yeah, back to Pollard's status and
Yeah,
what the
so-
coach said yesterday.
Yeah, so so it's a tough call. I get that a lot of these guys want to play. Sometimes you got to protect them from themselves, and Pollard has been banged up all season. But somebody's got to play. I think a lot of people are thinking that you got to sit everybody.
Wait. I'm going to bring that back later, Jim. I'm writing down that quote. Somebody's got to play.
Somebody's gotta
Jim Wyatt on 3HL.
And that's the way it is across the league too. I think a lot of people think the Texans are going to sit everybody because they've got a playoff spot wrapped up, or the Titans going to sit everybody because they're tanking, which is never going to happen. Or you got the Saquon Barkley situation where he's nearing an NFL record. So,
105.
I mean, yeah, I know all those things happen when you get to week 18, but you can't, as it relates to sitting players and resting them or just holding them out, you only got 53 guys on a roster, and only a certain amount of guys can be active on game day. So players are going to play. Now, how much some of them play or how much that is reduced, I guess that kind of remains to be seen. I'm skeptical about Pollard. I'm skeptical about Spears playing. I would think we'd see a lot of Julius Chestnut and see some maybe Josh or Kelly in there too, but we'll see how the practice week goes. I know Levis and Rudolph, which is the biggest, I guess, position of concern. Those guys are both going to play. I thought that Brian Callahan made very clear yesterday.
Jim Wyatt with us on Tennessee, from TennesseeTitans.com at Jay Wyatt Sports. Yeah, go ahead, Babs. Is that what you wanted?
Well, I was going to go to the quarterback conversation.
Well, that was seamless. Get all these things out before 2025.
Yeah. The quarterback conversation, obviously, Brian Callahan has said he's going to play both of them. Hasn't named a starter yet, so we don't know what that's going to look like. But what is your thought on that? He said he wants to give Will Levis a chance to play ball again, that he deserves it. But I thought it's kind of odd, right? It's definitely unique, and I think he's trying to throw Will Levis a bone a little bit just to let him finish the season and play one more time. And and he said if this team had won the last couple of games, he probably wouldn't have done it because he put Mason Rudolph in because he thought he gave him the best chance to win, and you've gone 0 for since. So he's given both a chance to play. He hadn't said whether they're going to rotate series. Hadn't said whether they're going to each play a half. He did kind of mention that if one guy gets on a little bit of a roll and is hot, maybe we stick with that guy. It's definitely not something you see during the regular season much. You see it more during the preseason, but when you're 3-13 and you got nothing really to play for, these are the kind of things that happen. And so we'll see what that looks like on Sunday. There you go.
Jim Wyatt at Jay Wyatt Sports. Jimmy, let's take a call. This is Carson in South Nashville. Carson, what's up?
Hello. So with the quarterback situation in Tennessee and the draft situation, is Joshua Dobbs even a remote possibility?
Good question, Carson.
Thank you, Carson. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for
It's a
listening.
good question, a popular question. I have to say, though, that Hendon Hooker has replaced Josh Dobbs in the mailbag as far as Tennessee fans wanting the Tennessee Titans to sign a former Vol quarterback. I don't. Josh Dobbs, I thought Josh Dobbs was great during this time here. I think the team should have re-signed him to, instead of letting him go to Cleveland, I guess, a couple of years ago after he ended, I guess, what was that, the 2022 season here. So, but, yeah, I think a lot of things are on the table or up for consideration for next year. I don't necessarily think Josh Dobbs is at the top of that list. He, the staff that's here now wasn't with Dobbs when he was here last time. I think the Titans will be considering guys in free agency. I think they'll consider guys in the upcoming draft. I think certainly you have to consider, guys that are currently on the roster. A lot remains to be seen. I like Josh Dobbs again, but I don't know that he would be considered as a potential starter for them next year. I think there are too many other options maybe ahead of him.
Keith on YouTube says Dobbs is starting for the 49ers season finale.
He finished last night well, made a couple of good throws and or ran in for a touchdown. Josh Dobbs, I think, is a really good guy to have on a team.
Always a great backup to have. Jimmy, when you look at this team right here, what is how bleak is it walking? You know what? That ain't the question I want to ask you.
Clean it up, Slade.
Yeah, that's not the question I want to ask.
Party Babs over there.
The question I want to ask is,
get on with it.
All right, will the quarterback, can this franchise be turned and tilted by a draft of a quarterback in his first couple of picks if they were to remain in the top three? Or do you think it's a bigger fix if you were to trade down?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, Ron, and
Yes.
I can't say that I am. And again, this is still this
Right.
2024 at least for about we got about 8 hours left.
Yeah.
So
We can do it, Jeff.
once next year starts and you've got the combine and pro days and a lot more evaluation, I think teams will figure out a lot more about these quarterbacks that are in this draft. I can't sit here today and tell you that I'm sold on either one of these guys being can't-miss NFL stars at the position. And then I look at the landscape and potential guys who could be available in free agency. I see a couple of guys who are probably going to command a whole bunch of money. I see one guy, I can't talk about these guys because I may get in trouble for tampering, but I see one guy who's in a spot that's had a heck of a year that I think this team will end up keeping them. So, I mean, it's hard to identify who could save the day for the Titans at the quarterback position right now. And I hope the people who are making those decisions in the front office can do a better job of I can of figuring out who some options could be. But right now it's hard to say, hey, this guy could come in here and turn things around because I don't know who that guy is right now.
Jimmy, it's such a weird position to be in because I'm sitting here and I'm like, tank, lose. I don't care. Whatever you can do. The last thing any Titans fan wants is for them to win this game. I mean, just flat out.
I've never heard you say that before. You're so competitive.
I am anti-tank person, but I am so competitive too that as a Titans fan, I need them to be 1 or 2 in the draft. Like, how does the team, the coaches, how do you deal with this situation? Because guess what? A win, and all of a sudden you're looking at 5, 6, or 7 instead of 1 or 2, and you're out of the quarterback market, you know?
Yeah, I know, but it's a tough spot, and I get it. I mean, I'm never somebody who wants the team to lose, and I can't say I want the team to lose on Sunday because I don't like the Texans, and I don't like a lot of the chatter that's come out of there. If you're going to take anything out of 2024, at least you could say you swept them. But in the grand scheme of things, in the big picture, how much does that really matter? Probably not as much as a high draft pick matters, because if, let's say, you finish number 2, you're not just picking second in the first round, you're picking, early in every round in the draft. Yeah. So you're ahead of everybody in all those picks. So you'll lose and you finish at, second overall pick, then you're going to help yourself throughout the draft. If you win and some other things unfold, I think you could drop as far as 6 or 7 in the draft. And that's going to change players that are going to be available. It's going to change how much that pick is worth. I take us all the way back to 2004. This was 20 years ago. The Titans, I think, had the number 2 pick that year going into the season finale. They beat the Lions in that finale. I think Brad Castle had an interception in the closing minutes to win that game, and the Titans dropped from 2 to 6, and they ended up drafting Pac-Man Jones. And we know but I'm not going to sit there and say that draft had. I looked at that draft the other day, and I think the guys up there were Cedric Benson and Cadillac Williams out of Auburn. And who's maybe Braylon Edwards in that draft. Antrell Roll was in that draft. It's not like they missed out a guy early. They did miss out on Aaron Rodgers, who went 24th in that draft, but everybody missed out on Aaron Rodgers. But,
wait, you're talking about 2004? Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, 2004 season, 2005 draft. Because they won that final game of the 2004 season against the Lions, and then that affected their draft position in the 2005 draft. So those are things happen. I mean, a win would certainly knock you back in the draft order, but I'm not ever going to sit here and endorse a team losing, and I can guarantee the players that are playing on Sunday are not going to be playing to lose. So, fans can talk about it. I think people that are going to be picking on, when it comes time for the draft, selecting players, they can wonder about things like that. But I guarantee you the players that will be out there on the field on Sunday will be playing to win.
Yeah, the top of that 2005 draft, Alex Smith went number 1, Ronnie Brown, Braylon Edwards, Cedric Benson, Cadillac Williams, and then Adam Jones with the 6th pick. Remember, they were trying to figure out, like, it was pretty obvious they were going to take defensive back, and they wanted a cornerback, right? And so Antrell Roll, who played corner in college, everybody thought was a safety coming out. And then Carlos Rogers was the other guy from Auburn. So those were like the three guys.
God, that Auburn team was so damn good.
Yeah, and that's what led me. That 2004 Auburn team is what led me down the we have to have a playoff thing.
Right. I think Ronnie Brown was on that team too.
Ronnie Brown, Cadillac, Carlos Rogers.
Man.
Was that Damian Craig?
I remember loving Cedric Benson in that draft, wanting to, thinking the team should pick him, and rest in peace to him. He passed away, 5 years ago. But that was an interesting development there, the season finale.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, last
ready
hit
for the draft, Jimmy.
Last hit of 2024. Appreciate you, brother.
Happy New Year, Jimmy.
Okay, I enjoyed it all year. Hope you guys have a happy New Year, and look forward to talking to you in 2025.
Yep. Be careful in your living room.
We'll do.
Get a coffee.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. You and your house, you've had moments.
Yeah, that's true. I won't be climbing any ladders tonight. I can promise you that.
Okay, good.
We need to retell that story sometime.
I forgot all about that.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Happy New Year.
I'll talk to you. Okay, Happy New Year.
I mean, he climbed up a tall ladder to do stuff, and he was the only one at home, and he fell. And then he about bled out. Like, it was a serious thing. Like, him crawling, trying to get the garage door open so he could call 911. Anyway, we'll get him to
How
tell
long
that
ago was that? That was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I want to add something to what Jimmy was talking about when we come back to it.
All right, we'll do it next. 3HL 1045 this home.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you now. Recently contacted We Grow Hair, and you need to do the exact same thing. If you're having a little sunroof that's opening up top that you don't want to do that. Yeah. You're probably thinking, well, Slay, you getting a little cocky, ain't you? Well, I don't think that's what it is. If you want to care what you look like, that's what I'm doing. I'm watching myself on Zone Stream and on the SEC Network, and I ain't going to stand by and just continue to let it fall out. I can do something about it. I'm going to PAI Medical. We grow hair. Now, what you need to know is you can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice it. Do what I did. Call right now for your free evaluation. 615-376-6010. 376-6010. For almost 30 years, We Grow Hair has been Nashville's premier hair restoration medical clinic. We Grow Hair's FDA-approved laser hair therapy plus antigen therapy is going to restore your hair. They have a trademark hair transplant that you can do, that procedure that gives you 3 times more hair in one procedure. Go to WeGrowHair.com, 615-376-6010. Let them know Big Slay told you to go.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Slay told me, he's like, man, Gladiator 2. So at first, like, the trailer came out and you weren't in. And I was like, how can you not be in? Denzel's in it. And you're like,
Right.
And then you went and saw it and you were like, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, don't do the thing you do where you sit at your place and watch it.
Right.
Go to the theater.
I want you to go to the theater. See.
And I said, I know myself. I'll just be sitting there and I'll be like, I'll see it on there for $19.99 and I'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. It was phenomenal.
I told Lucas Panzica, man, he's tripping. He was thinking if it was named something else, it would have been better.
What do you mean? What does the name have to do with anything?
Yeah. I think he had the old Gladiator in his mind. So
Because they're trying to live up to the first one.
So if the Dave Matthews Band...
It's semantics, right?
If the Dave Matthews Band wasn't the Dave Matthews Band and they called themselves Frozen Peacock or something, like you still wouldn't... The music's the same.
I mean, you got to think, though. Pan comes from a generation where he kind of thinks they invented everything. Not that it's repeating, so... Just saying, that's the young generation.
That is true.
Yeah.
They use words
man.
that we
Pan
used when we were
getting
kids.
strays, too, today.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Like when all the kids started saying bet, I'm like, y'all, we said that like 25 years ago.
Saying that. I did want to...
You wanted to make a point.
Yeah, so a lot of people, when I was talking about Gladiator on Buck Show, this was 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
everybody told me don't spoil it.
Right. I don't want to say anything, but
I really want you to, but I at the same time,
like you want to have a conversation. Like, what did you think about this?
Yes,
Yeah.
but we can't.
Yeah, we can't.
Maybe in the new year. Maybe one more week. Maybe we wait. We wait on Babsy to see it.
Okay, well, you'll be waiting for about 10 years.
She hadn't seen the first one.
I know.
Haven't. You're correct.
Maximus.
Yeah.
I've seen
Serious.
pictures of people in the first one.
Babsy, are you not entertained?
I've seen pictures of people in it.
That's all I need.
What does that even mean?
I mean,
Like, Russell Crowe can't even do that movie anymore. He's gained like 250 pounds. I don't know what's going on there.
chiseled bodies. And,
Yeah, they know.
yeah.
They in there.
Yeah, they all in there.
I mean, if you want chiseled bodies, Gladiator movie probably is going to
probably
suffice.
go. Yeah. This okay. Let me add to what Jim. What was I? I was gonna call him Jim Lee or something.
Jim Lee. Who's Jim
Jimmy?
Lee?
I don't know. Jimmy. Let me add to what Jimmy was saying. Is this the worst draft that could be possibly going on in the last 20 years?
To pick that high?
And the Titans
Because-
but even no, not just to pick that high, but to even trade back and try to fill the void that's left. Because what's going on throughout the entire draft?
Well,
I have no earthly idea.
They say it's a deep draft.
Is it?
I don't know how deep it is, like how illustrious it is up top.
Pretty good.
I don't know. I mean, unless you get Travis Hunter.
Like, I mean, I've been sitting there thinking, like, okay, yeah, if they, and I keep saying, if they don't get one of those quarterbacks, it's okay to trade back. Trade back and get who? That's what I was thinking about today.
You're in a mood, man.
No, because it's like, I don't know where to go. I'm just out here.
They can get that edge rusher from Penn State that you want.
Yeah. And for some reason, I'm trying to stop talking about that because I know that's going to end up happening.
I could totally see it happening. Can't you?
And I've been waiting on Babsy to let us know, what did you think about Abdul Carter? Because you told us what you thought about Cam Ward yesterday. And he changed your mind. Cam Ward did, in a sense. What did you think about Abdul Carter, that defensive end for
Penn State?
I don't think he's worth a top 5 draft pick.
You think he'll be a good pro, but
I
not,
think he'll be
not
a good pro.
elite top
Not
of
an
the
elite
draft guy.
edge guy.
Thank you.
I mean, that's where everybody has him right
That's my
now.
opinion, though. And he balled
your
out in my
opinion.
game.
He did.
He did.
I mean,
he was
did.
everywhere.
But also, you also need to look at the competition and who he was going against. I mean, and this is not a knock on SMU, but that offensive line and the people he was dominating. Those guys aren't going to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
Let me just put it that way, right?
Plus that one play I saw where the left tackle got his hands on him and put him in the ground and laid on him.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he did make some big plays. But but to see that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to be dealing with NFL tackles.
Exactly. And then also on top of it, if you look at SMU struggled mightily offensively. Obviously, Kevin Jennings struggled in protecting the football as well.
I mean,
but,
2 pick sixes. That's tough. Early.
Yeah. And struggles in the red zone. But also, they a lot of times were in tee off mode for Abdul Carter. You know, like it was second and long, third and long, where he gets to pin his ears back and go. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So when we come back, the race for the overall number 1 pick, I've got all of the top 9 and the current draft order and who they're playing and what the point spreads are. There is one favorite in those top 9 picks. We'll tell you who that is when we come back. Also, Uncle Bob will join us. Tommy in Nashville, if you want in, 615-737-1045.
What a great time to go ahead and jump in with Zen Sports. We've got all these bowl games going on. You've got all the NFL games going on. You've got the playoff games going on. And you also have basketball. So why not jump in with Zen Sports, the newest sports book here in Tennessee, bringing sports betting to a whole new level. And if you have not signed up for Zen Sports yet, guess what? You need to, because you will automatically earn up to $100 no danger first wager. Your first bet loses, you're reimbursed for the amount of your bet up to $100. Zen Sports offers NFL player props, daily promotions. I get them in my email every day. They're awesome. They've got odds boost in there, no danger wagers, same game parlays, even daily same game parlay super boost. Zen Sports, where you need to go. Go to zensports.com or just hop on your phone, download the app. It's very easy to navigate and a lot of fun. What are you waiting for, football fans? Zen Sports, where betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. No danger wager. Limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Boosted odds are derived from equivalent parlay bets offered in Tennessee. Got to be 21 and older and in Tennessee to bet.
Good afternoon. It is 4:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. Top-ranked Tennessee men's basketball just finished beating Norfolk State 67-52. Chaz Lanier led the way for the Volunteers with 24 points on 6 made three-pointers. Cade Phillips had a big day, having 10 points and 5 out of the Vols' 8 blocks on the day. Jordan Gainey also added 10 points to the Tennessee total. The second round of the college football playoff gets underway starting tonight as Penn State, Boise State face off in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff for that one at 6:30 on ESPN. The second round will continue tomorrow on New Year's Day as Texas and Arizona face off in the Peach Bowl at noon. Oregon and Ohio State in the Rose Bowl at 4 o'clock. And Georgia and Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl at 7:45. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
The HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful New Year's Eve
Yes.
in the Music City. They're talking about snow showers this weekend. Did y'all see that?
I saw.
Yeah, possibly for the Titans game.
That's what I saw it for Sunday. Yep.
Changing over to rain, so that's fun.
I'd rather have the snow.
That's
Exactly.
the
If it's
worst.
cold, you don't want the cold rain. Might as well snow,
The
dude.
snow is.
I agree with you, Callie.
That's my favorite
That's
drop.
a good one right there.
It's the best.
Babsy, your Dookies are only up 2 points right now.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
This is just, I mean,
Tennessee wins 67-52, number one in the country. They prepare for the conference season. They will begin at home against number 23 Arkansas and John Calipari.
The return of Jonas Adu.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Chaz Lanier with 24 today. Cade Phillips 10 points, 5 blocked shots.
Hey. Jonas Adu.
Vols got out rebounded by Norfolk State.
Norfolk.
I can't do it.
Norfolk. I'm telling you, that's what they say.
Yeah, but I read the word and I can't
it's hard.
move
Yep.
myself
Yep.
off the word.
Yeah. Norfolk.
Keith in the chat said, what kind of NIL package does Chaz Lanier have? Just generically.
You have to hit up the Vol Club to find out. Or who is it? Spire or somebody.
One of those two.
Like, I wouldn't know how to answer what kind of package. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all seen the story today about Quinn Ewers?
He's well compensated.
That's a
Who,
good one.
Quinn Ewers?
Like,
Yeah.
no, his is.
Oh,
So
Chaz.
this from on3.com. So Mel Kiper has Quinn Ewers as a number 5 quarterback in the draft. Now, Greg Cosell doesn't like his tape, and as he evaluates quarterbacks when we get into the draft process, Greg Cosell, very, very interesting with his evaluations of draft prospects. But he's not a fan of Quinn Ewers because of the lower body instability. He's always moving, kind of like Will Levis coming in. And
Right.
Will did a lot of work on that to get more grounded.
The base.
Yes, and Quinn, he's like, I'm sure he has arm talent, but you rarely see it because he's never set to throw. And he goes, that doesn't mean he doesn't have production. He does, but like the NFL guys aren't looking at stats like fans do.
Right.
Fans are like, oh, this guy had a monster year, so he's one of the best guys out there. And
He also has a whole lot of talent surrounding him.
he does. So Mel Kiper has him number 5. Well, from on3.com, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers has received multiple Power 4 offers to stay in school and get in the portal. Sources tell On3 that Ewers has received a $6 million offer to enter the portal and transfer right now. And the word around the campfire is Texas wants to move on with Arch Manning
They have to.
Yeah, they ain't got no
I mean-
choice.
and keep him there.
And that's nothing against Quinn Ewers
No.
either. I mean, that's a no-brainer. It's shocking that Arch has waited this long, honestly, in this day and age.
And I don't
So,
think he would. Like, if Quinn Ewers came back to Texas, I think at that point Arch goes to Ole Miss.
No
or
doubt.
2 years?
No
wherever
doubt.
he's got.
And Sark's like, okay, we love you. Great. Good.
We love
Congrats on your future.
you. Get on out here now.
I mean, nowadays, though, I think you're going to see a lot of guys stay longer because of this NIL package. But think about
It's
it.
happening.
He has a chance to make $6 million
For a year.
for a year. I mean, you're set for your future, whether you end up
I'm not going nowhere.
making it in the NFL or
I'm
not.
coming back to school. I don't care.
And you get to be in college.
If I'm not the top 3 quarterbacks, I'm on my way.
If I'm not a top 3, I'm sticking.
Did you see
$6 million in 1 year?
Yeah.
Did you
Okay,
see
about Texas.
the comment from a former Texas wide receiver who now plays for Washington? Can't remember the kid's name. Commented on that tweet and said, "Waste of money."
Ooh. Also, I love that you call him a kid and you're 23.
He's still in college. I'm not.
Oh, okay,
there you
Zephyr.
Boom.
Nah, that's. I mean, I don't know if that's hate because of him getting the $6 million tag, and like that's the part you got to watch, man. People that are, everybody got a voice, so you don't know who's lashing out and saying, you know, I was worth more than the $200,000 they gave me. I should have got it, and everybody got a voice, so you don't know where it's coming from.
The race for the overall number 1 pick. I've got the top 9 in the current draft order, all at 4-12 or 3-13. And who they're playing, where they're playing, and what the point spread is coming up. Stay tuned. Uncle Bob next up on 3HL. UB, what's up?
Hey, thanks for taking the call. I got like 10 things. I don't have much time we've got.
Damn,
Mainly,
UB. I don't even have 10 things, and I'm prepared for a 3-hour show.
Yeah. Hey, no, seriously.
No, he's been
Happy New Year. I appreciate y'all got me through the year. You may not realize that. So I'm looking forward to 25, but I just wouldn't trade y'all for all the cows in Texas.
I appreciate it, man. There's a lot down there, too.
Thanks, Uncle Bob.
No, Ron, has Ron got a minute?
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got one.
Ron, you got a minute?
Ron, I want you to know I will never miss another basketball game again.
Why not, Uncle Bob?
Vols.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I said, got on my nerves. I'm watching every game they're going to play.
Thanks.
And I got my list here. So go Vols. And
Take
Happy
it off.
New Year. And I got one other thing here. Cooking. One plug on TV. Y'all watch TV? Landman?
Landman.
Who is Landman?
No.
So TV.
Do we
I don't know
watch
what
the
that
TV?
is.
Yeah, we watch the TV.
No, look, I'm sorry I lost you, but Happy New Year. I do appreciate what you've done.
My man. Appreciate you, Uncle
Thanks,
Bob.
Uncle Bob.
All right, UB.
God bless.
Yep. Happy New Year, buddy.
It sounds like
God
Uncle Bob
bless.
had a list like what you about to read off.
I have
He
10.
did.
I have
He
10
did.
things. I have 10 legitimate things for the 3 hours. Me and UB, we're on the same page. He was checking them off too.
That's what I heard. He said, cooking. And got that one.
I love when he said, "Does Ron have a minute?"
If I need to get one, I got one.
Oh man, that was awesome. I love that
I got
guy.
Uncle Bob. Uncle
Yep.
Bob been around for a minute.
Yeah, and he shows up at remotes and supports and
He showed up at my first remote.
I
was a
wouldn't
nutrition
trade
thing.
y'all for all the cows in Texas.
All of them.
there are a lot of
That's the
cows in
line of the
That's
day
a lot of
from
money.
Uncle Bob.
A lot of money for
Yes,
you
it
guys.
is.
I'll trade y'all.
Oh, here, Landman is a new TV series. It's the hottest new show.
Yeah.
So
going.
is that-
That's what
is that the
Danny Chris
oil? Is
said.
that the oil?
Is that the
Yes.
oil one?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think it was
Yeah,
on
see?
TV. Isn't it on like
no,
Netflix
it is
or
on
something?
Paramount.
Paramount. Yeah,
Paramount
that's
Plus.
That's
Okay.
television, right?
That's our guy.
Taylor
Billy
Sheridan.
Bob Thornton.
Yep.
No,
Billy
Billy
Bob
Bob.
Thornton.
Yeah.
But it's the Yellowstone people.
Yeah. Taylor Sheridan.
Okay, we have heard about that.
Taylor Sheridan.
I actually showed Slay. I think you too.
You did? The
a
trailer.
really funny and
Part in there.
yeah, that we cannot play on the show.
Yeah. So Uncle Bob. Yeah, that's what we was asking you. Is Uncle Bob? You try to trick us.
Yeah,
Start talking about
Billy Bob Thornton's conversation with his daughter. It's out there on the internet. We cannot play it, but it is funny. Okay, race for number 1 overall pick. So the Patriots currently have the number 1 overall pick. They play in Buffalo. They say that Josh Allen's going to start the game because of his consecutive starts streak, and then probably quickly exit.
That means
stage
it's going to be what a
Handoff.
series.
Yeah. Plus, he's chasing the MVP, so do you let him do that? Bills favored by 2.5, just 2.5 on Sunday at noon. Titans hosting the Texans. The Titans are the only team in the top 9 of the draft order that are favored this weekend.
Sheesh.
Titans favored by 1.5 over the Texans. It was 4.5, and then Zeph and I were talking about this yesterday. Once D'Amico Ryans said the starters are playing, like if you can physically go, you're playing, the line immediately went from 4.5 to 1.5.
Dropped them off.
But how are the Titans favored over anyone? Let's be real.
Other than Carolina or Raiders or.
I showed you my bet sheet from Saturday, and I was like, I should have quit because I was 11-1.
He was crazy.
And I had one game left for the next day, and it was the Titans. And Slay goes, dog, we just talked about this for 2 days, and you gave me
conversation about this.
You gave me all kinds of hell about it. And then I take them. Yeah.
You think it's the Oilers uniforms? That's the only reason?
I don't know, but those are sweet.
Let me ask you this. Are the same people in them same uniforms?
Like A-Wood Jeffries?
Yeah, like Ernest Givens. And are they playing?
That's a good pull.
The spirit of them? Probably not.
No, I need the spirit ain't going to do it. We need the physical person.
Warren Moon is the first time I heard Coach Mack use the term piss missiles. That Warren Moon threw piss missiles. And Blaine said there were some plays, like if you didn't get your head around, like you would hear the ball go by you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even see it.
Hence piss missile.
Yeah. Like,
That's a great term.
Number 3, Browns at Ravens. Ravens favored by 17.5.
That might be the largest line I've ever seen in the NFL.
How much?
17.5 against the Browns.
Seriously, have you seen a larger line than that?
Nah,
let's
I may have to take that. I think I'm going to take that.
In the NFL?
Yeah, I'm going to take that one.
Let's ask Todd Ferman. He's coming on next.
Okay.
So we'll ask him.
Mean, the most I've seen is 11, 13, somewhere in there, right?
Yeah.
Giants at Eagles. So the Eagles, do they allow Saquon Barkley to go after that 105 against his former team?
If it was anybody but the Giants, I'd be like, you know what? Shut them down. This is the Giants. He got to go get it.
Shut them down.
He got to go get it. He got to go get it against the Giants.
With a little public enemy over there.
Got you.
Eagles by 3. I love it, Babsy. I mean, celebration Babs is amazing.
Oh,
Babs.
no, that's a Babs.
If she's got headgear on,
yeah, that's a Babsy right there now.
With feathers.
With who?
Feathers. I got feathers.
Yes, she absolutely do.
Feathers and sequins on my head.
You see, we just turned Babsy into Barbie. Yes. Celebration Babsy.
I like it.
Workwoman Babsy.
I like that.
Angry Babsy.
Oh, that's out there.
That's
a top seller.
Babsy, yeah.
That's a top seller. Yeah. That's the one Ken. They don't even have a Ken for that one.
How about zero F's given Babsy?
That's one.
Jacksonville at the Colts. Jacksonville at the Colts. 5th pick. Colts favored by 5.5. Carolina. Oh, there's such a tempic.
Never even heard that word.
Template.
There's such a ticket dump in Indianapolis. Like, go look at the secondary market. Like, all Colts fans are trying to sell their tickets to this game. They're thinking that there's literally going to be, like, no one there.
That'd be great.
Colts favored by 5.5.
I'm proud of them doing all that without Nance. Not Jim Nance.
Although I thought about Jim Nance earlier when I went into the break room and saw Dawn's little pantry stash in there.
Yeah.
And her little note starts off with "Hello, friends," and I read it in Jim Nance voice in my head.
Oh,
that's a good stuff right there.
He's the best.
I forgot what I was saying.
I mean, it's moving fast.
It don't matter.
Carolina at Atlanta. Atlanta by 7.5. Jets 1.5 point underdog against the Dolphins. Raiders and Chargers. Chargers by 5.5. Bears 9.5 point underdog against the Packers. Again, out of the top 9, looking for the draft order. Titans the only favorites.
That's fiction.
Wouldn't it be just like them to win it with a field goal at the buzzer from a kicker you've never heard of?
I'm glad they're doing like the reverse jinx on that one, favoring us. Because if we wasn't favored, we was the underdog, we'd probably win. So with us being favored, I mean it's kind of reversed. So flip it and reverse it.
All right, Missy. All right, Todd Ferman coming up next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, man. As you wander through 2025, you need a jeweler in your life that can help you with all of your gifting responsibilities. Valentine's Day is coming up. It'll be here before you know it. And my friends at Brentwood Jewelry can help you out. 7012 Church Street, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. Check them out there. For more than 50 years, Brentwood Jewelry has been proudly serving the Brentwood community with exceptional style and exceptional deals every day. As a family-owned and operated business spanning 3 generations, they are deeply rooted in this community, from Salem's service in the Special Forces to his sons serving as local firefighters. The Imamali family is dedicated to giving back in a time that is imperative to support local. Shop Brentwood Jewelry. Brentwood Jewelry here to help you pop the question. Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings, or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Again, 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ronald Sylvester Slay.
You know what we let slide by?
First
of all, I like how low I'm sitting. It's kind of like I'm at a little lunch table desk.
I'm worried about you getting too relaxed right now.
Oh, this little head rest thing that I got on the back of here is all of that. But, you know what we let slide by?
What did we let slide by?
Babsy in New York.
On the subway.
No, in the car, slick karaoke.
Oh, yeah. 2-1 and Lewis.
Yeah. Babs was rapping, regulator.
Yep. In the car.
She's scared to do
on the
it.
way down to Manhattan.
Yep.
Took us an hour.
I did.
So Slay was worried that when you sent the picture that you were on the subway, and Slay was worried that somebody's going to light you on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you going to put that into the atmosphere? You always get on her for putting stuff like that in the atmosphere.
Yeah, she can handle it.
Listen, you light me on fire, you're going down with me.
See what I'm saying?
Let's go. I'm about to hug you tight. You won't burn me, you're burning with me.
Light them up, burn them up,
Let's
flame
go.
I'm
on.
telling you, I knew Babs could handle it.
Todd Ferman, you surprised by any of this?
Not in the least, but I'm not quite sure how to follow it even after all these years.
The usual. Yep.
Todd Ferman. Headed into 2025. Todd has been a 3HL guest longer than anybody, and it was January 2010.
Wow.
Has it really been that long?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything kind of blends together. I didn't realize it had been January 2010. So we're approaching nearly 15 years of doing this, huh, Brent?
Yep. It was your friendship with Clay Travis that got that done.
Well, I don't like to be reminded of that kind of thing publicly. Clay was a much different man back then than he is now. So.
He's
Are you
flammable.
questioning your life decisions now? You've been on with us for so long.
Yes, Look, I question a lot of my life decisions on a regular basis, Dawn, and the run I've had in terms of betting games over the last 6-7 weeks have me thinking about a profession change on top of all of that as I watch every pick six, every kick return, and every jump ball go against me in the NFL. No greater illustration than sitting on a Falcons ticket on Sunday Night Football plus 4.5, watching the game close 3, and we, of course, know how that game came to an end.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Welcome to my lifetime, Father.
Hey, Slay, you can't cry about it when it's the sixth leg of a parsley and you lost the first 4 legs, though. It's a little bit of a different dynamic.
Well, back to the other thing. Here's the thing. Like, Clay left and did what he did, but you stayed. Look at you.
Yep, I was going to say, and one pursuit professionally has turned out to be significantly more lucrative than the other. But no one has ever said I was a great decision maker in a lot of the things that I choose to do in my life, other than in pursuit of finding a life partner.
Can we start with Babs was fascinated by this. The Ravens are a 17.5-point favorite over the Cleveland Browns. Is that up there with like some of the bigger spreads in history of the NFL?
I mean, you only have to go back a few weeks to find the last time the Ravens laid a number this large against the New York Giants and were able to exceed odds makers' expectations on the road as right around a 16.5, 17-point favorite. I think this just speaks to the Browns and their inability to throw the forward pass, or I should say to complete the forward pass with Dorian Thompson-Robinson under center. You have to imagine that the best thing that Cleveland has going for them is that their season can end a day earlier than 30 other teams in the league because the Baltimore Ravens still have plenty to play for in terms of securing the NFC North, given Pittsburgh's struggles down the stretch. So I couldn't even advocate for making a case for the underdog here because I do wonder how Cleveland could muster more than 10 to 13 points in this particular spot.
Well,
What was that? What was that number? This one's what? 17?
17.5.
17.
Yeah, 17.5. And, I would be led to believe that this number would only trend one direction. I don't think there's going to be a massive appetite for the underdog here, taking this from 17.5 down to 17. So odds makers kind of hanging this in no man's land can book this game a lot more like a college football game and continue to let the number drift into that 18, 18.5, 19 range because the next key number, if you were headed north, wouldn't come till 20. And then we'd be talking about massive territory and just speaking to what we've seen this year in the NFL with the separation of the haves and have-nots and all of those 3 and 4-win teams that we have, I think 8 or 9 of them at last check.
Interesting.
It's funny. We were just talking about this in the last segment, but the race for the number 1 overall pick. So, Todd, the top 9 teams in the current draft order, only the Titans are favored. Nobody else is favored. How are the Titans favored over anyone?
Well, this is a number that's been interesting to watch, too, because you saw the Titans actually open as a 3-point favorite on Sunday amid speculation that Houston being locked into the 4 seed wouldn't play anybody. So what happened to the market then? Number continued to trend one direction and head up to 6, and that was where you started to see a little bit of money coming for Houston. D'Amico Ryans makes comments about him planning to have all hands on deck as Houston wants to build a little bit of momentum. But the betting market still doesn't necessarily believe in some of that coach speak, because sitting at Pick'em, given what we've seen from the Titans and the Texans, hard to figure out which team has played poorly, or worse, I should say, down the stretch. But if we know for sure that Houston will have all of their starters in the game and they'll play extended reps, expect Houston to close the favorite in this game. But I was thrilled to see that the Tennessee Titans, cooler heads are prevailing, because they haven't seen enough from both quarterbacks with poor performances that they're going to give the fans a real treat in the home finale, that they're going to put both of them out there for limited reps in game 17 of the season.
Todd Ferman always delivering, boy. This is how you go
They
out.
said they wanted to give Will Levis one more chance. I'm like, what are you going to learn about Will Levis in this last game against Houston JV in the second half?
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing they can learn about either of these quarterbacks, and I think the worst-case scenario for a Titans fan is that Will Levis goes out there, throws for 3 touchdowns, and suddenly the Titans decide he's the quarterback of the future. Whoa. But here's the thing. Once that news broke, guys, I actually had to do a little bit of digging, and what I came to find out is the Titans don't even have a third-string quarterback listed on their depth chart, so maybe there's somebody else that they could bring in to try and eat up the fourth quarter, someone that took reps during the preseason. But the Titans are going to go out just the way they came in, and I feel for you guys trying to figure out what this roster will look like as it heads into the offseason and tries to hit the reset button for 2025 and beyond.
Trevor Siemian.
It's Trevor Siemian.
Yep,
Todd.
he's on the practice squad. Make him active.
I mean, get him out there. Sign him up, Don. Emergency third stringer, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it can't be worse than what we've already seen from Mason Rudolph and Will Levis in extended doses so far this season.
Lord have mercy.
You ain't wrong. All right.
All right, tonight,
Moving on.
Penn State and Boise State.
There we go.
So Buck Rising does a show 10 to 1 on the zone, and he put on Twitter, he's like, who should be on upset alert, Penn State or Texas? I'm like, neither. What are you talking about? Like, I retweeted and wrote that. What do you think about Penn State, Boise State tonight? Penn State, 11.5. Boise State, of course, with the number 80 strength of schedule. What's up?
And number continuing to leak out a little bit, actually. We're starting to see some 12.5s and 13s pop in this particular game. Saw a group with a little bit of market interest, or influence, I should say, lay the 11 with Penn State when the number kind of bottomed out. We'll see exactly how far this price runs before kickoff coming up at 4:30 out here on the West Coast, of course, 6:30 Central Time. And it's an interesting matchup for this reason, because when you look at Penn State, and, you know, Dawn saw this game up close and personal, you have to wonder how differently that game would have gone if Kevin Jennings doesn't elect to throw on 4th and 1 early on in that game inside the red zone, or completes the pass, runs it, and then promptly turn the ball over not once but twice, leading directly to 14 Penn State points, because SMU probably plays with a bit more confidence. Now, on the flip side of things, to your point, Brent, you look at what Boise did against this strength of schedule, and they weren't exactly blowing teams out down the stretch. I mean, allowed a couple inferior teams like Wyoming, San Jose State to kind of hang around. And for all the people out there that want to hang their hat on exactly what we saw from them early on in the year against Oregon. Oregon, a very different football team than the addition we're going to see against Ohio State tomorrow in the Rose Bowl. So if Boise's going to be the side in this game, I think they have to come out with a trick play, maybe hit them with a haymaker early in the game. So if you like the underdog, bet them in the first half, try and get in and out of the game. But no real strong opinion from me on this spot. I think Penn State can lean on Boise, wear them down a little bit. You just wonder if Penn State has enough in the passing attack to attack Boise where they're most vulnerable, which is with a secondary and a pass defense that leaves an awful lot to be desired.
I saw where your guy Brad Powers liked the Penn State team total at I think it was 31 at the time, and by the time I went into FanDuel, it was 33.5. I was like,
it was 34.
Yeah, once you get past 31, kind of being that key number at that 4 touchdown plus threshold, it makes things a little bit tougher to try and get there. But, you know, Penn State starts a little bit slower. That's where you have the luxury of live betting, and it'll be interesting to see how James Franklin and Andy Kotelnicki decide to scheme things up offensively against this Boise defense. And on the flip side, if Boise elects to break tendency, maybe trying to throw first to open up some running lanes a little bit later in the game for Ashton Genty.
All right, Todd Father. Now let's go to the other games. Texas, Arizona State. Should we be nervous about this, or is Texas going to cover?
Arizona State very limited offensively, especially without their most talented wide receiver, Jordan Tyson. So you wonder if they're going to be able to run the ball against Texas. The one thing I will say about Arizona State and what we've seen all season long, this team doesn't lack confidence. They have more than embraced the underdog role, and they haven't lacked any of the swagger leading up to this particular game. But I can tell Arizona State fans that it's a little bit different going up against the Texas defense than any of the opponents that they faced throughout the course of the regular season. Arizona State defensively, it's a team that doesn't have a whole lot of difference makers at any of the levels. They don't get after you in terms of being able to apply pressure to opposing quarterbacks. So if Quinn Ewers has time in the pocket, which he should, behind this Texas offensive line, there will be some big plays out there to be hunted. The one area where Texas has struggled this year is protecting the football. They've turned the ball over more than any of the remaining teams in the college football playoff. So if they get a little bit of sloppy with ball control, that's one way that you can allow an underdog to build a little bit of confidence here. But if this number continues to trend down, I'd be intrigued by Texas. Look, I love to make a case for a double-digit dog as much as anybody, but I just can't get there with Arizona State. I don't think they have enough in the passing attack. One way to attack the game, though, if you think Arizona State's playing from behind, Sam Levitt may have an opportunity to stuff the stat sheet, so I can see making a slight case to go over his passing yardage total, which should be widely available in the high 170s, low 180s.
What do we do with this Ohio State-Oregon matchup? I think Ohio State was a 3-point favorite in the first one. Is that true? They
closed right around that 2.5, 3-point number on the road in Eugene. Ohio State defensively, look, they've answered every single test that's been put in front of them since that Oregon game. Haven't allowed a single touchdown pass against during that span.
Wow.
You wonder, though, who exactly Ohio State has played in terms of opposing offenses. I was going to say it's not any disrespect meant towards Tennessee, but that Vols passing attack with the receivers being banged up, the offensive line being questionable, left an awful lot to be desired. Oregon will be the healthiest they've been, a wealth of riches in terms of some of their skill position talents, and defensively for Oregon as well. They'll have a key contributor along that defensive line, Jordan Burch, that they didn't have in the first meeting. If this number gets to 3, you will see some support for Oregon. It's kind of hovering in no man's land in that 2.5 range. But I think Oregon's offense can have a little bit of success against Ohio State's defense. So I would be looking more at Oregon's team total to try and be able to get to 27 points or more in this game. But again, not a game that I see a whole lot or a massive edge to be found in either side. I can tell you the over, though, when it opened 53.5, did take some money. As we sit at 55.5, we'll see if the next move is up to 56 or if it ticks back down to 55 across the board.
Now, Todd, Father, this the freshman taking over for Georgia. Show us how much we believe in Kirby and tell me that Georgia's going to pulverize Notre Dame.
I mean, if you tell me I'm getting the Georgia team that I saw on the road in Austin on that Saturday night, they're as good as any team in the country. If I get the Georgia team that got every single bounce known to mankind in the second half with Gunnar Stockton against Texas, then I think they're going to be in for a world of hurt. This Notre Dame team, despite a resume that probably left, a lot to be, understood or figuring out who they were, you have to give them some credit. They had no margin for error after they lost outright to NIU as a 4-touchdown favorite. Handled that without any sort of reservations. And you look at their performance against Indiana, probably the most impressive that we saw in that first round of the playoffs. Yes, the final score only shows a 10-point margin, but that game wasn't played in a 10-point window by any stretch. Riley Leonard going to have to try and channel his inner Haynes King, and what we saw from Georgia Tech and their ability to run the football against this Georgia defense. Look, tough spot for a young quarterback making his first start in a game of this magnitude against a defense led by Al Golden. So I can see why the under took some money, and that's probably what I think is the best way to get involved here. Don't really have any strong opinions on the side here, but honestly wouldn't be shocked if Notre Dame takes some money and potentially closes as a favorite before we get to kickoff of the Sugar Bowl tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's interesting. 9-0 against the spread for Notre Dame, 7 straight bowl and playoff wins for Georgia. Todd Ferman, our guy in Vegas.
Todd, Father, is this the most intriguing matchup, this Georgia and Notre Dame one?
I think both games that we're looking at on the late slate offer intrigue. And I know it's a rematch between Ohio State and Oregon, so maybe for some folks it loses a little bit of luster. But you could make the case that under normal circumstances, that would be a national championship showdown if the field was seeded correctly. And then to your point, Notre Dame and Georgia, always interesting when you see teams of this pedigree end up matching wits. And I think Notre Dame can play with that underdog mentality. They're on a little bit of house money in this particular spot. It's been a relatively disappointing season, at least from my opinion. for what Georgia's accomplished. And suddenly, if you win this game and can build some of that momentum going forward, Georgia suddenly returns its national championship pedigree. But lose this game in decided fashion, and I think you begin to wonder about Georgia, given some of the shortcomings that we have seen from this team defensively, a run defense that hasn't been up to snuff, a team from a points per game perspective that's been a far cry from some of the national championship caliber additions we've seen in recent years.
There he is. He's Todd Ferman, our guy in Vegas. Somebody, where was this? On YouTube, Pistol Grip wants to know what are the odds that Shedeur Sanders ends up in Tennessee?
Depends on where Tennessee ends up finishing as far as draft position, but a lot of growing buzz that, under normal circumstances, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders might not have first-round grades, but a relatively thin quarterback class up top. Going to be interesting to see who may trade up if the Patriots do hold on to that number 1 pick, if they elect to go with Travis Hunter number 1, or if teams decide, we don't have a true first-round grade on some of these guys. We want to sit and wait and maybe take a flyer on some of these veteran quarterbacks that'll fall into the second or third round and not have to commit so much draft capital to that kind of situation.
Slade, you got a Todd Ferman parlay?
I absolutely do, Todd Father. And it reads as.
We apologize in advance.
Everybody, and I advise everybody else to jump in on this and write this down and run with me.
Oh, this will be great.
Ravens minus 17.5.
Oh, my Lord.
Texans money line.
Okay.
Texas minus 9.5 versus Arizona State. Oregon money line. Notre Dame at Georgia under 48.5.
Okay.
Penn State at Boise State. Penn State minus 7.5 in the first half.
I didn't write any of this down, so I couldn't even repeat those legs back to you. If I was a waiter at a local Applebee's, I wouldn't even be able to read off the specials as quickly as you kind of went through all that stuff for me and for the listeners.
Here's the one that got me. Penn State minus 7.5 first half.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Slay, when you look at some of these numbers, can I peel back the curtain a little bit and ask what goes into the thought process in terms of your calculations, figuring out what numbers you want to move in a certain direction around key numbers or not moving them as the case may be?
Yeah, this one right here, I felt better with the odds with Penn State right here. And I also know that James Franklin, with all of this scrutiny, needs to come out fast in this game, put Boise State away so he can get himself together because it'll be tight in the end.
Okay, that is a fair assessment. One thing I will say, looking at ticket prices for the Fiesta Bowl, apparently Penn State fans and Boise State fans have much more exciting plans on New Year's Eve. I think at last check you could get into the building for about $37, which honestly doesn't even feel like the same kind of discount, because when I was looking at the Peach Bowl between Arizona State and Texas, I think every Texas fan has decided, we're not going to make the trip to Atlanta. We're going to wait to the semifinals. I think the get-in price there at last check was a robust $17, but clearly this bowl format is doing things the right way, moving these games to larger venues where fans don't care or want to travel, especially with the higher-seeded teams, rather than playing these games on campus like should be done to try and reward these teams for these tremendous seasons that they've had.
The first 2 weeks should be on campus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to move the semifinals, go ahead and do that. And I'll even go one step further. I'm not sure if you guys have had a chance to go to the Rose Bowl. I've been there once, I think back in 2006 or 2007. In my opinion, the Rose Bowl should be the national championship almost every single year. Just the overall setup out there, playing on natural grass, and the fact you don't have to worry about the elements. In my opinion, it is an iconic college football venue, and I'd be perfectly fine if we played there every single year instead of rotating through some of these other venues that don't have any of the history or cachet.
I've never been there. I would love to go.
I was there when Auburn lost the national championship.
See, Slay, you give me the low-hanging fruit. It's
don't
like
do that. Don't do that.
It's like me sitting 3-0 dead red on a fastball where the bases are loaded, and I know you don't want to walk in a run. If Tennessee put together a better effort last weekend in Columbus, you could have been there to watch your Vols playing in the Rose Bowl to kick off 2025.
That is true.
Dude, this is your last day in this year, and this is what you want to do.
Hey, look, you know what they always say? You got to go out the way you came in, and if I didn't do what I was supposed to, you'd be extremely disappointed in the opportunities you presented me with here.
Payne is my new favorite guy.
Hey, it doesn't take much. Oftentimes, he's my wife's favorite guy as well.
Payne Insider, Todd Ferman, Brad Powers. Bet the Board podcast. Go download, rate, review, subscribe. So Slay was Ravens minus 17.5, Texans money line, Texas minus 9.5.
Yes.
Oregon money line, What was the next one? 48.
Under 48.5 total points, the Notre Dame and Georgia game.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, I do.
The level of conviction is right there from Slay, like it always is, Don.
He always has.
He is unwavering in his confidence to hitting these 8-teamers.
And then Penn State minus 7.5 first half. So Slay's New Year's resolution. You're going to love this, Todd. We're way over, but it's New Year's Eve. Slay's New Year's resolution is he has decided that he loses so many parlays, but with one game, that he is now going to start betting games single.
Yep.
Single game.
Wow. It's only taken 4 years of Slay deciding that he wants to make straight bets instead of playing parlays, because you know what, Slay, you're not the first man in, you definitely won't be the last to say, you know what, if I just won that extra leg in a parlay, it would have been that much more profitable endeavor, because whether it's a 6-teamer and you hit 5 or a 3-teamer and you hit 2, it's always that last leg that gets you. But what cracks me up the most about people are when they go back and they go, I won the last 5 legs. Well, yeah, the thing was dead and buried, and there's always a chance you lose Penn State tonight, you get a chance to run it all back again tomorrow on the 2025 tab instead.
That's true. New parlay. There you go.
Right, but if you bet them single, then you're 5-1 and you're taking home.
So y'all telling me I should go back right now
Oh, boy.
and start the year right now
No.
with betting them single?
Hey, gambling problem, call 1-800.
Todd Ferman.
There we go. Perfect introduction, Don, into that. And we can ring in the new year with responsible gaming is the number one tenet of this segment we try and provide.
There you go.
Happy New Year, Todd. Thank you for everything
Thanks,
you do
Ferman.
for us and our listeners, brother.
Happy and healthy New Year to you guys, all the listeners that chime in, interact with us on social and everything else. And may the gambling god smile kindly upon us all as we ring in the new year. But enjoy the games, and can't wait to catch up, talk a little NFL playoff and college football semifinals next week with all
Yeah,
you.
basketball's here too, Todd Father, but okay.
No one watches the NCAA tournament until we get to March.
Oh, no. Oh, he's just
Cut him
great.
off.
Yeah.
Thanks, Furman. Happy
Always
New
a pleasure,
Year.
guys.
Payne will want Slay on to
Yes,
talk
that's
college
right.
basketball, so that'll happen.
Well, mark him off then.
Mark him off then.
Payne Insider, he's just like you would expect. He lives in Miami. He wears sunglasses all the time, no matter
Inside.
what.
I'm going to start wearing my
Inside at night. When we come back, NFL player incentives with financial escalators. Who is playing for how much this weekend? 615-737-1045. You want in?
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming to you now. Recently contacted We Grow Hair, and you need to do the exact same thing. If you're having a little sunroof that's opening up top that you don't want to do that, yeah. You probably thinking, well, Slay, you getting a little cocky, ain't you? Well, I don't think that's what it is. If you want to care what you look like, that's what I'm doing. I'm watching myself on Zone Stream and on the SEC Network, and I ain't going to stand by and just continue to let it fall out. I can do something about it. I'm going to PAI Medical. We grow hair. Now, what you need to know is you can lose up to 50% of your hair before you even notice it. Do what I did. Call right now for your free evaluation. 615-376-6010. 376-6010. For almost 30 years, We Grow Hair has been Nashville's premier hair restoration medical clinic. We Grow Hair's FDA-approved laser hair therapy plus antigen therapy is going to restore your hair. They have a trademark hair transplant that you can do, that procedure that gives you 3 times more hair in one procedure. Go to WeGrowHair.com, 615-376-6010. Let them know Big Slay told you to go.
3HL 104.5 The Zone.
East side of the LBC. Mr. Warren G. That's right.
This is Babs's.
This is New Year's Eve right here.
This is karaoke Babsy.
On 2-1 in Lewis. So I said, let's do this. He said, what's up?
She hits the rhyming part.
I love it.
I'm stuck.
That's what we're going to tell. I'm telling Allison, as soon as she get back to the office, next Christmas party, karaoke machine.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Yep.
I'll even bring the karaoke machine. I got to send y'all video of baby Babs.
Oh, my girl.
My
going off.
Wonderful mother gave her a portable karaoke machine.
No.
So annoying. Like the worst gift ever.
No,
because
greatest.
baby Babs is all up on the mic all the time.
I love it.
So we've had two great business ideas today. Number one, we're going to just make Babs into like a Barbie character and just take down Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
Coming at you, Mattel. Karaoke Barbie.
Yep.
I'm karaoke Babsy.
That's right. That's a new one. Another one.
Subway Babsy.
Yep. No Shiano Babsy.
That's right. That's a good one.
Party Babsy. That's what we got right now. And then your Mom and M's meet and three.
That's the one. That's the other one.
Yeah,
You put that in the airport.
Because even if the food's not real good, you're not going to say anything.
Nope, you better not.
Because your Mom and them going to come at you.
Exactly. Then there'll be some people waiting on you outside. You offend Mom and them. It's a guarantee.
Yeah, she just has a little signal. NFL player incentives with financial escalators coming up for Week 18. Tampa Bay wide receiver Mike Evans needs 5 receptions and 85 yards to hit a $3 million bonus.
That is
5
large.
For 85.
That's a lot.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a lot.
So I wanted to write these down because I want to see how these coaches play these things out.
That's
how
gonna be
these
interesting.
organizations, like, oh, Mike Evans is only 2 receptions and 20 yards away. See the bench over there? You're done, bro.
I know the quarterback knows about it. Remember, who was it? That
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
And it was Mike Evans.
It was Mike Evans, yep.
Or
no, Gronk.
Or
Was it Gronk?
Odell Beckham.
No.
I think
It was
there have
Gronk.
been multiple times, actually.
Tom Brady goes
He got
after
Gronk
him.
for sure $1 million.
Yeah.
He did.
It was
targeted
somebody
him
else,
like,
too.
It was like 9 times in a row in the first half. Because he knew he was like, you got to get him now.
Mike Evans' streak of 1,000-yard seasons every year of his career
It's in jeopardy.
is in jeopardy because he missed several games earlier this year. He's got a chance to get it because he went off last week.
So 5 for 85 gets you $3 million if you're Mike Evans. So pay attention to that.
Baker's going
Pay attention to this one. Seattle playing the Rams. Geno Smith, Seattle quarterback, needs 186 passing yards against the Rams to hit $2 million. Also, if the Seahawks win, that's 10 wins, and he gets $2 million for that. So if he wins and gets 186 yards passing, $4 million, and he lit the Rams up earlier this season.
Seattle, we got to win. I'm telling y'all. I'm splitting $1 million between y'all. We got to pull this one off. And I need my yards. That's what I'm telling the players.
Eagles running back Saquon Barkley needs 101 yards rushing to break Eric Dickerson's single-season rushing record. Do you play him against his former team?
Yes.
They don't need the game.
All right. You know how I am about chasing these records and stuff, too. But this one, yeah.
I mean, that's one you have to, right?
You got to go get this one. This one ain't.
This is a once in a lifetime.
There you go.
I do love that he hit the 2,000 in 16 games, so nobody can take that away from him. Although OJ did it in 12, which is crazy.
Yes.
Commanders edge rusher Dante Fowler needs a half a sack for a $1.5 million bonus.
Coach, if you want 100,000, blitz package every place like it.
I'll come out after I get the half.
That's not.
That ain't bad.
You can get that.
You can get a half a sack.
Yeah.
And I'm telling somebody, if you get there before me, hold them up. I'm coming.
Remember,
let me share with you.
I'm on the way.
Senderic
I'll give
Marks.
you a bonus.
I promise you.
Senderic Marks was one of the bigger personalities to come through here. We used to have him on the radio all the time. He was phenomenal from Auburn. And he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So the Titans were playing Jacksonville to end the season. And we had him on the show. Me and Mickey interviewed him, and he was well aware. I found that he had 1 sack he needed for like a $2 million bonus.
Yeah.
And he was well aware of it. Like we asked him about it. He was like, I know about it. Of course I know about it. Blah, 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 blah. So
I think he got it, didn't he?
They play the game. The game is decided. The Titans are down. Senderic's still out there. Last play of the game, Titans drop back to throw, and Derek Marks breaks through, gets the sack, and when he gets up, he does the money sign.
Wow.
Isn't Senderic Marks
year.
also the one that took out an insurance policy that he would not get a second contract?
No.
that's
That was the offensive lineman from Bama, the guard.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that was
he got
not
paid
Sin.
on it.
That was not Big Sin. He got paid on
He
it.
bet against himself.
Yeah.
And then
Who
he was
that?
right.
What's his
That's
name?
like a win-win.
Gosh, who was the offensive
I remember
guard from
seeing that,
Bama? Chiefs wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins needs one touchdown to earn $500,000.
I think he's sitting. I think Andy Reid's sitting his guys. I could be totally wrong.
And I have a Titan. I mentioned it earlier. Titans running back Tony Pollard needs 83 rush yards for 250 and 2 touchdowns, which is tough, to grab another 250. What did you say? They really don't like going in there.
2 touchdowns is going to be hard to come by.
Yes, yeah.
I mean,
bad news in that end zone.
Slay said they don't really like going in there.
No, bad news in there, man.
It's like the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah,
you see it there. You just don't want any part
you
of
don't
it.
want to be in there.
the Titans can't
NWI
score
loves
over
it, though.
17 points.
No, yeah.
I mean,
NWI the only one that's immune to it.
All that from Sal Betts. Yes, that's true. All right, 5 o'clock hour coming up. Appreciate you being with us on New Year's Eve. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, 3HL if you want in, 615-737-1045.
Holistic stem cell therapy. Many patients have experienced remarkable results from a wide range of issues. I'm one of those patients, people. Yeah, Kellum Stem Cell Institute. Get over there and get you some. This is not your controversial stem cell use involving fetal research or donor cells, any of that. This is your body, your cells, your solution. Your body's own stem cells. Put to use, stored, and for future and continued use. Me, I did it with my knee. My right knee, to be specific, it was inflamed. Long trips, hated them. Hated doing the workout because I always have to ice down. I can work out now and don't even ice down after. Yeah, I know you think that's far-fetched, but it's not. Shoulder, the same thing. Hip, same thing. All you got to do is call and get you a consultation. You can set up with Dr. Kellum, talk to him, ask him everything. Matter of fact, write down a list of things and watch him go over them. Just call 615-850-4415. 615-850-4415. That's KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
Good evening. It's 5:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Top-ranked Tennessee men's basketball team took down Norfolk State earlier today. Chaz Lanier led the way with 24 points. Cade Phillips added 10 points and 5 blocks out of the team's 8 total blocks on the day. The second round of the college football playoff gets underway starting tonight as Penn State and Boise State face off in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff at 6:30 on ESPN. The second round will continue tomorrow on New Year's Day as Texas and Arizona face off in the Peach Bowl at noon. Oregon and Ohio State in the Rose Bowl at 4. Georgia and Notre Dame in the Sugar Bowl at 7:45. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
All right, y'all, 104.5 The Zone. Last hour of us live in 2024.
This is the last one you get, people. If you want more, you got to go to the after. Is the after party coming on?
I love how we always know. Like, what's on our radio station next?
After party after this up?
Yep, we're up.
Oh, so you can get last 2 hours.
I want to go back to Friday. If me and Slade come to Cracker Barrel and you're making eggs, can we ask you to put milk in it?
Yeah.
To make them fluffy?
That's what we need to know.
I don't know, actually. No one's ever asked.
Well, I'm going to ask. Call Keith.
Yeah, let's ask Keith.
Keith, call in.
He's probably listening.
Keith, call in. 615-737-1045. Got a question for you.
We need fluffy eggs.
Yes.
The reason why they can't do it if you miss Friday's show is because Zeph said because of allergies. People have allergies.
What's the Cheez-It man doing?
So,
Did you see somebody got married at the Cheez-It Bowl?
What do y'all think about that? Married at games?
No.
I think it's played out.
I don't think it's played out. I just think it's a no. Especially not at the Cheez-It Bowl.
Wait a minute.
What are we doing here?
what bowl would you want to get married at? Is my question. The Pop-Tarts Bowl. There were a lot of things going on at the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
If the person asked you at the bowl game, you tell them no.
Oh, you're talking about proposal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say no.
Don't ask me at the Cheez-It Bowl.
You go, you better be better.
Yeah.
But don't ask me, Babsy.
No, they straight got married.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna
Who officiated the wedding, like the head referee?
The Cheez-It
The
man?
Cheez-It man did.
The Cheez-It man did?
Yeah.
No,
on
I
a cart. Ordained.
Anybody can.
Yeah, but when?
I don't know.
You're a Cheez-It.
Probably before the game.
No, you can't do that. You're a Cheez-It.
You're a Cheez-It. Yeah, like how do you get on the
Yeah.
air?
you
So
can't
what
do
if the
that.
guy in the Cheez-It mascot costume was ordained?
No, there's not a
that's-
guy in the
yeah,
costume.
that's-
It's a real
that's
Cheez-It man.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Come on, Zeph.
You just
Okay,
spoiled it. You
my
the one
bad.
in school with that saying that the people
What were you gonna say?
not real.
What were you going to say? What do you want to say, Slade?
You stood up on the brakes on that one.
Yeah.
What do you want to say,
We've
Slade?
had that conversation.
You want to ruin it for a lot of parents out there right now?
Yeah, you were trying to.
Cheez-It man.
I wouldn't do it anything.
Seriously, the memes coming out of the Pop-Tarts Bowl with the Pop-Tart guy is hilarious. Like,
Yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, he was giving the officials a lot of crap.
I like
That was really funny.
That was great.
Dancing behind the official, and then he disappeared into the like Homer Simpson
Then he got 8.
into the corn. Celebration Babsy is here.
What up?
What up, Babsy?
Let's go. Twitch, please. I have my Happy New Year headband on, complete with sequins and feathers. Mm-hmm. Have a big
Where
night
did you
of
get that?
partying. I don't know.
Big night of partying.
Yeah, I've got dinner with my 4-year-old and my husband. Huge night of partying here.
Oh, okay.
How the New Year's Eve nights have changed.
Are you gonna do like you do in Disney, and everybody is like wearing the same costume?
Did I get Baby Bab's black and gold outfit to match me? Yes. Yes, I did. And a headband with feathers and sequins to match? Why, yes. Yes, I did.
Ramon Foster on YouTube. Say it, Savage.
No, man. I will not.
You don't want that kind of mojo.
No, Uncle Slay love the kids.
Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building. It's the last one.
For the year.
Yes. What's my people name? Car ain't got no roof. Creekside.
Yeah.
Creekside what though?
Salamanders?
No, otters,
Otters.
man. Otters. Creekside salamanders.
I don't know.
Like what?
Yeah.
He did an event.
Similar.
He did an event. When was that?
My son went to Creekside.
It was Friday.
Did it?
Friday was a hell of a show, man.
Listen to Babsy.
I missed it. I'm trying to identify what's going on here. What have y'all are both out now?
Hey, man, she crazy.
Yeah. Crazy Babsy.
That's one.
We're taking over Barbie.
That's one too, yeah.
What did she say?
Clearly, our Babs doesn't love the adults in the building. Hey, Savage, leave my client alone, Savage. That's enough now. Enough about the candy.
Slay on Friday did an event at Creekside.
Was it Friday? Yep, it was Friday.
Friday was a hell of a show, man.
Friday was a long day. Like, wow. A lot going on Friday.
We were talking about old school. What's your favorite old school TV sitcom? And then Eric called in, man. Eric had some details.
Yes, indeed.
Like character names and plot development. And
yeah, Eric was there.
615-737-1045 if you want in. Nick says, Happy New Year's Eve, y'all.
Appreciate it, Nick. Happy New Year's.
Back at you.
To you.
I still haven't done my parlay bet.
Y'all know that. You better hurry up. Mm-hmm. Hey, you know they started selling fireworks again for New Year's?
I saw that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Which makes my dogs very happy.
Wait, we can do fireworks for New Year's?
I guess so.
I guess
Open the little tents back up.
I saw it this morning. I actually thought about going to get sparklers for baby Babs.
See, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Meh.
Ain't nothing wrong with sparklers, Babs.
Yeah, it's cold out.
Do them inside.
It is cold out. What?
I said do them inside.
Oh.
Zeph.
Just have a fire extinguisher ready.
Yeah.
I mean, you have room in the pantry because you brought all your... I love that your husband didn't even know that you did that until you said it on the radio.
That was pretty dope.
The rest of the family knows.
Thought you was get a snack. Nope, carrots in the refrigerator.
Baby Babs like, where's my candy? Nope.
Oh, I'm gonna really be your favorite because I guess what I'm coming over with.
Don't you dare.
Babsy, this is like.
Listen, she's got a little sweet tooth on her.
Yes.
No, we must end the sweet tooth.
You can't end the sweet tooth, Babsy. She has to have it. Kids got to have it at least at 11.
Props to our friends at A to Z Sports for reaching 100 million plus page views in 2024.
All right.
Good job, guys. What's next? 150? Should we set their goal for them?
Sure.
200 million.
200 million.
Yep.
Got to double
it.
Who's that?
A to Z Sports.
What'd they do?
100 million page views.
Welcome to the show, Slay.
Hey, yeah. I was giving Savage a shout out.
See what happened.
Shout out by your who shout outs presented about?
Your mom and them.
Yeah, Carson and his family, man. They always take care of us for fireworks season.
Wait, so y'all are going to do fireworks?
Not tonight.
Huh.
I'm about to ignore Savage. He's distracting me from the show.
Yes. JT from LeBron. Let them kids have their candy, Babs.
I know.
No, stop.
Hey, don't you worry. Can I pick baby Babs up from school one day this week?
No.
I mean this year. At 25.
This year?
No,
Sure.
at 25.
I'll give you one this year. You can have one.
Slay's off today because he's picking baby Babs up from school.
Dude. And man, guess what? But we're going to call in on the way home. We'll zoom in.
Randy says, light those sparklers in the garage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we could do the garage. Actually, no, you can't do the garage. Do you know why? There are so many cardboard boxes in my garage right now that it would go up in flames.
Plus, are you scared to go in your own garage? Because bad things happen in there.
Oh, the snake?
No, you
fall,
concussing yourself and knocking yourself out.
Yeah. Do you
That
know
had a snake in
what's
your garage?
crazy? Oh, yeah, it was massive. I killed it, though, not on purpose.
She ran it over.
I ran over it.
She didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
When was this, Babsy?
A couple years ago, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was. So when I came out, I
This
looked.
is Safari Babsy.
Yeah, that's right. So
Urban Safari
Wild
Babsy.
Kingdom Babsy.
I came out of the door. I looked to the left, and there's this massive snake by my tire, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, snake!" Well, I didn't realize
It knows what it is.
snake. I didn't realize
Freeze.
that I had killed it because I rolled over it on
Coming
my
in.
tire. So then, of course, I'm like calling people, come over here. There's a snake in my garage. And then finally, this is before Mr. Babs was here. So, and then finally somebody came over and was like, "It's dead. You rolled over it. Like it's gone. Yeah. You're fine. You can walk in your garage."
It's illegal to kill a snake. Too, so.
Well, guess what? I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident.
You need the snakes. They keep the mice away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I had, God, it's been a hell of a year.
Yeah.
Remember I had one of those little things.
Oh, I forgot.
did.
Yeah,
In my
had the
bed.
petting zoo
You
up
so
there.
did.
She's got a Disney movie at her place. Remember the
This would have been a best of show.
what was what was it, the one-eyed
Groundhog.
that just walked
One-eyed
around and
groundhog.
he just
That
walked
little
around
buddy.
in circles.
He was my buddy. He would come up on my deck stairs, but he only had one eye, so he couldn't see me out of one side of his face. So he'd like turn his head completely around when I would talk to him because he only had one eye. He was awesome.
Hey, man.
And then the bunnies, remember I had to like,
Oh.
Yep.
I had to
Because
put,
Patton used to murder him.
yeah, one of them didn't make it. Patton. I told you,
Her dog
Patton,
goes after the bunnies.
Patton wants to eat people and bunnies. So.
That's
Yeah,
bad dog.
but it's okay. The other two, I fenced them off, would move the fence at night so Mama could get in. They lived their happily ever after life. And I'm like, stop putting nest in my yard.
Oh, smart.
I have crazy dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's always got some animal stuff going on.
always. There's wild things going on at her place.
It is.
Not just animal stuff, just wild things.
Just wild
Falling
things.
down the stairs.
Yeah, so I
hitting
almost did it
mailboxes.
again. Almost
Oh,
fell down the
Babsy.
stairs again. So it's so windy, left the garage open. All these leaves come in, and they're like on the stairs to get up to the
yep,
house.
yep.
Almost, boom,
Is there
busted
a
it
railing
again.
on these steps?
There is, but I always have stuff in my hands, Zeph. Can't use the railing.
We got to get you a ramp.
Seriously. Here's the worst thing. It's 5 steps.
Yeah, it ain't
it's not
like
like it's 20.
I've thought about this. Like, people get boob jobs, right? Like, that happens.
What?
Why can't you get like a third arm? You know what I mean? And you could like carry
help
so
you
many
not
more things.
We are off the rails.
But you have to have the middle arm has to have a swivel hand so it can like turn either way to help out on the other side.
I mean,
They do wild things. Why can't they do that?
I mean, boob jobs have been around forever now. It's. Oh,
Should
man.
we send a list
This is
to
good.
Paul Mason?
This is
Things
good,
that
right?
were heard on 3HL today. Boob jobs have been around forever, Mayor.
Hey, Mace, this is why you should never allow us to work Christmas Eve or
This
New
is
Year's
it.
Eve.
This
Cut
is
us
it.
off.
This is what
This
Big
is it.
Savage always he makes this point. But yeah, y'all got to understand. Look, people listening to us right now, I mean, 3 times as likely to be drinking than on a normal day.
They definitely not at work.
So they can get behind the third arm idea.
They definitely not at work today. I can promise you that.
All right, more 3HL next.
Oh, gosh.
Snort.
Savage on YouTube. What is wrong with you, Brent? LOL. Also, who's Brent? And then that completely made sense to me. So that's all that's important. My mic is on. Yours ain't, Ramon.
Also in the chat, this is 30 minutes of my life I will never get back.
Hell yeah, we got.
We apologize, Ricky.
We got. Yeah, we got 44 more or something coming up. Come to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep. These are your guys, Daniel Gupton and his crew, ready to help you out. They have an incredible service department as well, so you're always taken care of after the point of sale. And they do a great job of letting you know when you need things to happen to your vehicle, like oil changes and tire rotations and things like that. So Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Think about them through the new year. If you're going to make that purchase as we go through the new year, 2025, make sure you include Gupton in that process. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there. Address, phone number. Deals they have going on in January and the inventory right there. GuptonMotors.com. Again, 3450 Tom Austin Highway, Springfield, Tennessee. Just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. thing I do. Why? I mean, I love this song, but
It's the first one I saw.
oh,
You
you
got 2 songs left, Zeph, and this was your one you was gonna pick.
2 songs left for the entire year, Zeph.
And this is what he came with.
And we're going out with 1995 or whatever it is.
Hey, 30 years ago.
Gotta pay May.
May.
You're supposed to play this one on like May 1st. Yeah.
Well, I will.
Well, I will.
Man, it was so obvious when NSYNC was rolling who the star was. And you knew that there was only a matter of time that guy was going to figure out, hey, man, why am I out here splitting my money with 5 dudes? What am I doing? I can take it all home. Because there's this guy named Brent that will go see the 2020 Experience 3 times.
You're not right.
3.
3.
That's a lot, yo.
My joke is I'm the only straight man in Nashville that saw that concert 3 times.
Shook it down on him.
Probably right.
What is going on with the SEC?
I don't know. Is South Carolina about to lose?
It's 21-17, 1st and 10, Illinois ball.
An interesting
143 left.
An interesting question came up because Illinois broke a long run the guy was going to score.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't because he wanted his team to run the clock.
Yep.
And I told
Which is
Slay,
very selfless.
Yeah, I told Slay, I was like, man, I would have scored. Slay's like, me too. Let the defense get out there.
No, y'all say that, but in the moment, you wouldn't.
But the only thing about it, it was an 80-something yard run.
Yeah.
Like I'm
like in the moment.
He's in.
In the moment, I'm going to score. If I had time to think about it for a second, I might not.
But although,
He had 80
what
yards
was
to
the
think
score
about
though?
It's 21-17, so it would have made it 28-17, 11 points. Like it ain't no.
Oh, he should have scored.
That's what I'm saying.
He should have scored.
Yeah.
See, that's just dumb.
Well,
That's just no awareness.
This is the Citrus Bowl we're talking about too. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. South Carolina just used their last time out. 2nd and 6.
G from T-Town with an interesting note from YouTube. He said, almost forgot how fun this show is since they banned YouTube off our work computers.
Oh, no.
You got to set that up
Tell
on
them
your phone.
hell no.
Yeah, come on, job places. What y'all doing?
What are y'all doing?
Job places.
Yeah, all the places that got jobs.
Yes.
I mean, do you not need YouTube for your job? Like, I feel
You got
like
to.
for a lot of jobs, you need YouTube.
Something you don't know how to do? Listen, what's the name? Our boy, he would have never got fired from the Smuckers place. What? You missed this
Smuckers.
yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Uncrustable place. The Uncrustables.
Uncrustables. Reese got fired from Uncrustable.
Reese from Reese and Laura?
Hold on. Do you know this? Mike Keith
Reese
dropped
from
this
Reese and
nugget on
Laura.
us. Yeah. Did you know that Uncrustables are made in Kentucky?
No, but where would they be? I don't know where they would be.
Okay, but that's amazing. It's the best invention ever.
And it's so close.
Why is it amazing? Oh, okay.
You know,
I mean,
we love
it's
them,
right.
dog.
It's right down the road.
I've never had an Uncrustable.
What?
I've never had an Uncrustable.
Now that's got to be worse than me not having a Pop-Tart.
I think you should
Way
have
worse.
Pop-Tart and I should have an Uncrustable.
that's peanut butter jelly, or like everybody has that.
Who are you?
I just make peanut butter sandwiches. I don't even put jelly on it.
Oh my gosh, you would love an Uncrustable. This is
inside,
unbelievable.
your inner child is starving for life.
Gosh, Mayor.
Why would you do your body like that?
How have you never had one? You've never even had a
seriously,
bite?
dog. Like what?
No.
Man, you boy.
I've had them in my freezer too, but
Yeah, but you got to have one.
That's crazy, Mayor.
Oh,
I mean-
hold on before you go any further. Do you have any? Let's ask him. Why do you think Reese got fired?
Oh, from the Uncrustable plant?
Yeah.
Where is this, in Bowling Green?
Yep. What was it, Scottsdale?
No, it's Scottsville.
Scottsville.
Kentucky.
Scottsdale.
So Scottsville High School is the Scottsville Scots. Did you know that?
That's
No,
creative.
that's pretty cool.
Pretty good.
Why do you think Reese got fired from Laura and Reese?
He probably,
I keep saying from Lauren Reese like it's a show.
I mean, it's a show within the show.
It's a show.
It's a show within the show.
It's a Shiano show.
I actually wish they would call in on New Year's Eve, even though it's not Monday or
No,
Friday.
we got
It was
them yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, Beth.
Are you going to answer?
Probably because he had an Alabama fan that worked next to him on the line.
Nope.
No, that was
Showed
a
up
good
to
one,
work drunk.
Couldn't figure out how to get the Uncrustables in the box.
Couldn't get the Uncrustables in the box because he was too drunk. Fired.
Ain't that good? Ain't that Reese? That's him.
No, it's not good.
It's not good. But.
I said, well, you've learned from that, though. He's like, yeah, you don't go to work drunk.
Yeah. What made me think of that was because she said, why don't YouTube be in these jobs? Because he could have learned how to put the Uncrustables in the box if he had
by
YouTube
watching
there.
YouTube. Probably could have done it drunk.
Yep.
I wonder what else Reese has done for a living. Like,
that's a good one.
Oh, there's no telling.
Oh, it ain't no telling.
Not
You
telling.
can ask him on Friday.
not today.
We got phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. 615-737-1045. I've got my back to the phone. I'm looking at Slay and watching football.
It's all right. I'm putting you back on track.
Darrington in a wind tunnel. Darrington.
I'm in the wind tunnel. My bad. It's the last day of the year. So, you got to do things you don't never normally do.
Wait, like test fly fighter planes?
Well, see, so you're talking about everybody's not at work. Well, unfortunately, I'm one of those people that's at work, and I have to drive all day and night. So I have to go deal with that. Speaking of which,
be safe.
To the officials of Nashville, can we move the Music City Bowl away from New Year's when you expect to have so many millions and thousands of people here, so traffic doesn't have to be even worse than what it already has, that we have no explanation for to fix in the first place? Because there's some people out here that have to drive for a living. It's like that's their job occupation. And when it usually takes 20 minutes to get somewhere, then it takes 2 hours and 47 minutes, and 17 of it is just sitting there just looking at the lights. Help, please.
Darrington. It's all those Iowa fans. Hey, they're not used to the big city traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But and all these transplants is here too as well. Because where I'm from, say if you from East Nashville, you don't say you from East Nashville. You from out east. I'm from out east. It's a difference. And Mayor, don't feel bad. I've never had an Uncrustable neither, and I don't never ever plan on having one in my life, nor my kids.
What?
Hey, y'all have a good rest of y'all year.
Hey, be safe out there, Darrington.
Happy
Keep
New
being
Year,
safe.
Darrington. God, I feel like I need to give him a hug.
Man.
What did he say? Millions of thousands?
Yeah, millions of thousands. Yeah, that's a lot.
Out east. We had 2 callers in a row from out east on Friday. All the things were going down on Friday.
It was. Can't think what it was, but it was.
This is where we are. Look at Babs like, take another call.
Let's go.
Mayor.
Take another call.
Keith, let other people talk. Keith, what's up?
Hey, they said Josh Heupel, he's calling the same 3 plays over and over again. They need a new OC.
What's the plays, though?
Run, screen, pass, and come back.
Those are 3
Who's they?
Those are 3 pretty good plays, though. Let's be real.
Well, wait, who's they, though?
Win a backyard football game like that.
They say people on Twitter.
Yeah, they out there.
And then second thing is, like, teams like Indiana shouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
No.
Don's husband just getting just a stray right there. He's trying to enjoy his beer.
I disagree, though.
I do too. I think they should have been.
Who would you have put it? You want Alabama that just lost to a mid-Michigan team in?
A mid.
South Carolina who just lost to
Alabama's better, USC's better, and then
Alabama just lost to Michigan.
Okay, that doesn't mean that people were saying like Tennessee lost, so that proves something. That proves that. Okay, if you play good teams, say you play 5 good teams and you go 2-2.
That math don't
That
add
proves
up.
that you might win, you might lose. But if you play one good team all year and you lose, then that proves that we know you're not going to win.
All right, Keith. I actually have.
If you play 5 games and you go 2-2, that's
a tough break.
That's impressive.
Who was the last team that you was gonna play? Is what I want to know. Because they're gonna offset everything, whether you win or lose.
I actually have a topic that
2-2-1
goes along with this.
Okay.
Thank you, Keith. Appreciate
Thanks,
it,
Keith.
man. What did he say? Screen pass, come back, one other
run.
Yeah,
I mean, you ended up getting the leading rusher of the SEC. So,
right, but then he was standing on the sideline for the whole game.
Yeah, that last run against Vanderbilt.
That was it. Huh. Brett McMurphy, I'm sure you guys hit on this, but with Action Network says there are in-depth discussions about not guaranteeing conference champs to get buys as top 4. Top 5 conference champs would still get in, but rankings determine seeds. That's what they're going to do. He offers how the first 2 weeks would look if favorites were to win in round 1.
So, Babs hit CeeLo with that yesterday.
I did. I hit CeeLo with it yesterday.
It's happening.
What he was saying.
Okay, here's my question, though. So it has to be a unanimous vote. If you're a group of 5 guy, athletic director or whatever on the board, are you voting for that? Because right now, your team's got buys.
Yeah, I can if I'm a group of 5.
Boise State wouldn't have gotten a bye.
Right, but how much power do they really have? Because if I'm the SEC and the Big Ten who really run the whole thing, I'd be like, hey, man, y'all don't want to play?
You lucky you in it.
You don't have to be in this playoff. You can go have your own playoff.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, that's cutthroat.
Well, so Brett McMurphy goes a step further, and I thought this was
I'm
interesting.
just pointing out that if I'm a group of 5 guy, I'm trying to protect my teams, and I'm not going for that.
Right, but what's funny about that is, like, if you and we all do, you talk to people around that situation, like they just go right past that argument, like it doesn't even matter. Like this is happening. So Brett McMurphy offered up what this playoff would be if the rankings determine the seeds. So 1 would be Oregon, so they would wait on 8-9, which would be 8 Indiana, Boise State. So Indiana would host Boise State.
That'd be a fun matchup.
Yep. Number 4, Penn State would await 12 Clemson at number 5, Notre Dame. I also think you should have school sites for the first 2 weeks.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, you heard Todd Ferman talk about somebody in here too, and I forget who it was. I think it was Dewey Cheatham Howe, who said...
wasn't that smart for him to tag his freaking law firm in there?
Yes.
That was really smart.
Who said, like, a ticket price was $37, and he was like, I can't even go to Outback and eat for $37, and you can get a ticket into that game for $37. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, and also you see, I'm sidetracking here, but you see some of these fan bases too saving their money, expecting their team to win, and then maybe travel to that next round. I think we're seeing that a little bit, and if you're doing them on home sites for the first 2 weeks, then I think you avoid that.
Yeah, some of the Ohio State fans said they were waiting on the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah. So if you did it by rankings, just to reset that, 8 seed Indiana would host 9 seed Boise State. The winner gets 1 seed Oregon. 12 seed Clemson at number 5 seed Notre Dame. The winner gets 4 seed Penn State. So you would have Penn State, Notre Dame if the seedings hold, and 1 seed Oregon, 8 seed Indiana. Also in the first round, 11 seed Arizona State at 6 seed Ohio State. The winner gets 3 seed Texas. So Texas and Ohio State. I mean, these are incredible matchups in the second. So the matchups are better if you do it by the rankings. 10 seed SMU at number 7 seed Tennessee. So Tennessee would have had a home game in this scenario, and then would play the 2 seed Georgia,
which would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Are they considering reseeding in the second round? I didn't know if I saw that.
We've asked Lowe about that in the past, and he has said that basically everything's on the table. Now they can't add teams until 2026, but you can make changes to.
It just has the votes have to be unanimous.
Because number 1 Oregon, being undefeated, should not get the worst draw in the second round. Being number 1 and being undefeated, like they earned much more than that.
But you also fix the seeding problem, and that fixes that.
That's also true, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be different next year, period. You've got double-digit favorites
so what are
in
they
these
scared?
Games.
Devaluing.
They don't want that.
No, getting the 12 teams in where it doesn't devalue the conference championship and then reseeding.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. 2 + 2 is 4.
2 + 1 + 2 + 2.
I was with Zeph. 5.
I just did a line from Clue. I thought Babs would get it.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. I got it.
Here we go. Bama
What?
fan.
Well, hang on before we get to Bama fan. Y'all know what the SEC?
Not a Bama fan. Okay.
Oh, he's not a Bama fan?
All right, we can take
He wants to make fun of Alabama.
Okay, we'll do it. Hang on.
Oh, well, we always have time for that.
Look at Party Babs with a.
Party Babs
What, you
all
got
the
a
way.
blow pop over there?
You got another cherry one?
Yeah. Pink lemonade sucker or cherry?
Cherry.
Who would put a pink lemonade sucker
That's
in their
going to
mouth?
be bitter.
Yeah.
This is going to be fine.
This is from Martha.
Oh, sorry, Martha.
Exactly.
Careful before you make comments, huh? Combined SEC records. So the SEC basketball conference schedule begins on Saturday. There's so many ranked teams in the SEC. It's incredible. So you've got sixth ranked Florida at number 10 Kentucky, 23 Arkansas at number 1 Tennessee, 12 Oklahoma at 5 Alabama. Then you've got Vandy at LSU. You've got Georgia at 16 Ole Miss. You've got Missouri at number 2 Auburn. And then a couple other games. The combined SEC record going into conference play, 185-23.
Good Lord, that's amazing. And it's not like they haven't played
No, they've been playing.
tough games.
They're playing tournaments and these
Still
one-offs. Yep.
No, Savage, this is from Martha. This ain't expired. Let me say this.
Oh,
real quick.
I heard Bert was giving Babs hell about expired candy.
Get him out of here. What candy in there's expired? If it's expired, it's because it was given to us that way. Because I don't know if y'all remember, because I did this clean out like 3 months ago.
I know, I remember.
This is good though.
I just keep doing it.
Bert went off though, right?
I missed it.
That's what Savage said in the chat.
You know what?
Savage
Bert can
crazy.
kiss it.
Yeah. Kiss it, Bert.
All right, you want Kenton and Smyrna next up on 3HL.
Hey,
Kenton, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all. I look forward to listening to y'all each and every day. It's always a fun time.
God love you.
But
Appreciate you.
I just wanted to say Alabama and Michigan both should have been in the playoff, huh? Put Michigan in there, too. Come on. What are we talking about? But another fun fact that I saw today on Twitter was, or X, excuse me, was that Kellum DeBoer has lost to Michigan twice in the same calendar year with 2 different teams. So
that's
Alabama,
right.
I didn't know that.
sign him to a lifetime contract. Keep him around. I hope Jalen Milroe, y'all's quarterback, comes back for another year. Man, keep him around. Go Vols. Go Titans. I miss you, A.J. Brown. I miss you, Derrick Henry. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.
Good job, Kenton. Wait,
Rack 'em.
blast on out of here.
That was a good one.
Alabama also started 2024 and ended 2024 with a loss to Michigan.
Huh.
They,
Kenton was like a sparkler in the garage.
I'm just going off.
That's pretty fun.
This is pretty good.
This is a good call.
This is a great lollipop.
You ate that quickly.
I still got it. I just took it up off the stick.
It's not. It doesn't stick to the stick very well. Like mine. Yeah, you got to.
I think y'all should try the pink lemonade or the Camus. Should have opened that Camus.
I know.
Yeah.
615-737-1045. Happy New Year, y'all. One more segment.
Just one.
We'll be right back.
Hey, fellas, listen up, man. This is the time for you to get into the game. Get with GameDayMen'sHealth.com. The 2 locations to pick from, Green Hills and Hendersonville, waiting on you to get you together. Tired of all the time, lack of energy or motivation, falling asleep on the couch, even lack of sex drive. Yep. If that's you, I got something for you to fall into. That is getting into the game with GameDayMen'sHealth.com. 1 in 4 men aged 30 and older experience T levels that need to be tested, and that percentage increases as we get older. So 52% of all men will struggle with erectile dysfunction at some point in their lives. That could be you. If it is, holler at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. All you got to do is go to the link, click on it, and get you an appointment right there. Here's the good thing. Under no obligation to move forward if you don't think it's the right fit. If it is, you know what time it is. No reason to delay. Get in the game and get started today with GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Green Hills or Hendersonville, Happy New Year.
HL 1045 The Zone. Well, downtown's going to be hopping. You got that Bicentennial Mall thing that Keith
Better
Urban
leave
does?
them Broadway girls alone.
Yeah, man. It's more than just woo girls out there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of amateurs out there. But that Keith Urban thing they do every year that's free, that's really cool. It's cold, though, man.
No thanks.
Like you had something like clairvoyant to say.
Nope. Just no thanks.
Oh, man.
Listen, you can sit in your living room and watch it because Nashville's now on national TV everywhere for New Year's Eve.
That is true. It's like everywhere. It's like CNN and like, why CNN in that?
Because our city is the best, and
City
everybody knows it now.
Is the best. Did you see this, Babsy? The Jets signed former Titans kicker Greg Joseph, who will not try to assert his dominance in New York. He's simply trying to beat Greg Joseph.
There you go.
It's funny how many like former Titans kickers. I feel like I'm losing my voice. Y'all hear this?
Uh-oh.
Just in time for a day off, though.
Yeah.
Perfect time. It happens all the time to me. Well, twice a year.
Twice a year, yep.
What song does Zeph play?
Morgan Wallen, Broadway Girls.
Leave them Broadway Girls alone.
That's right.
Ain't a bad pick. Could have left for Stapleton.
So Greg Joseph, like there's so many former Titans kickers all over the place, right? But Greg Joseph, if y'all don't know the story, I know you guys know the story, but if you're listening, don't know the story. Titans signed him, and he had like the greatest kicker soundbite ever. I'm not here to assert my dominance. I just here to be Greg Joseph.
And he wasn't even joking.
He wasn't joking, but like so we took that and ran with it as we do because that was a hysterical soundbite to us. Mm-hmm. If you could hear it, it was really funny. So one day, he was staying at Brett Kern's house when he was here. And so Brett Kern got in the truck and Joseph got in the truck and he turned on the truck and he had 3HL on. And we were just going nuts about that quote. And Joseph's like, you know these guys? what is going on here?
It's like, do you claim them?
Oh, man. He's Greg Joseph.
Scoundrels.
Vandy ripped New Orleans last night, 100-56.
Vandy pretty good, man.
McGlockton, 14-10. Nickel had 19. Vandy's 12-1. They've hit 100 points in a game 3 times this season.
I wonder how many times they did that in the last 3 years.
I know, right? They had 9 wins last year, so.
Where are they deficient?
Height.
Height. Yeah.
Down low.
Big guys.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
the pitch in the tent.
They're small. No, they're not. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I'm going to your place, the 18th.
Auburn?
Yep, Mississippi State at Auburn. They welcome me back into the jungle.
18th of January?
Yeah, yep.
I feel like we need to do a show there.
We do need to do a show there.
That would be great.
Yes, that would be phenomenal.
Why did I say
that? Would
like
be great. That would be great.
I said that like a little kid. That would be great, Uncle Slay. Did y'all know? Y'all gonna make these New Year's resolutions, right?
No.
January 17th is known as Ditch the New Year's Resolution Day. Or it's called Quitter's Day. Huh. January 17th is Quitter's Day.
Why, I wonder?
I don't know.
16 days, you couldn't get it. 17, it's over.
Yeah.
What is it, 30 days to kick a habit? Start a habit. Which one is it? Kick the habit.
Maybe both.
Could be both. For it to become a habit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Both of them sound pretty good, though. 30 days, because 30 days is a long time. Babsy started no sugar in her home.
Gosh, you're going to give everybody headaches. But do you understand this?
But she's doing sugar out the home, though.
You're going to make people miserable. Oh, my gosh.
But I'm eating Swedish fish at work. Sorry, guys.
That's not fair at all.
Harder?
That's not fair at all.
Badge's husband is
I'm
named
keeping
Harder.
these here.
Yeah.
Harder, you listen. He didn't even know you cleaned out the pantry. That's the funny thing.
Don Lucas sits over there, so they'll probably be gone.
Oh, they would definitely be gone.
Oh, I got to hide them then.
Yeah, just don't tell them where.
Hey, shout out to Harrison Bailey, former ball.
Why?
Became the first Louisville quarterback to throw for 3 touchdowns in a bowl game since Teddy Bridgewater.
Was he the quarterback all year?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, he took over for this bowl game, and he won.
It also feels like that guy is like 32 years old.
He's been there for a minute, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was 5th year at Tennessee, wasn't
he? No.
He's younger?
He left. He was a 5-star recruit to Tennessee, was there for Heupel's first year, and then transferred.
I'm getting us through, y'all.
See, what you don't know is he
I
did that on purpose.
I got it. Fill time.
Harrison Bailey.
Back there. Harrison Bailey, you know what I thought about immediately? The safety. What's his name?
Harrison Smith?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I thought you were talking about Champ Bailey.
Ah, good pull there, too.
He wasn't a safety, though, was he?
No, it was a corner.
He did
a receiver.
He did everything else. He played outside linebacker, defensive tackle.
That's nuts.
Corner, wide receiver.
He was a monster.
Running back. Played every position.
You couldn't do it.
How the sweetest fish over there, Babs?
Stuck in my tooth, but otherwise great. Hey, look, Baylor made this a game.
No, this is what they do. They score to get within 2 scores, and then LSU scores. It's been happening the whole time.
That's been the pattern.
Yeah, it's like false hustle.
Hey, did you make your parlay?
No, I haven't.
You're going to lose.
Is it already going?
Out.
All right,
No, it's not
Fiesta
gonna
Bowl
Who is it?
tonight. Penn State. Sorry.
And Boise. Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
Boise. I can't wait to watch this game, especially after watching
Who you riding with?
Penn State in person.
I'm going to go with the state that's actually a state. Penn State.
I'm like, neither one of those.
Pennsylvania State.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or the state pen, as some of us call it.
I would probably go with them, but I think it's going to be a good game.
Genty's good, y'all. If you haven't seen Genty, watch tonight.
So do y'all like my
First half.
Yeah, 7.5 points.
I mean, you need Penn State to win the coin toss and take the ball.
Yes, you do.
What's the line?
7.5, first half.
No.
I think 13.5.
It's out to like 13.
Yeah.
It jumped up like 2 points today.
I think it's going to be close in the end, but I think first half,
I think it's going to be a fun one.
Babsy.
We'll see.
Why don't you just get on board with me winning my bets?
Yeah, you can win your bet. That's a first half one. Great.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you.
It's going to be fun. Like,
What's coming up next, Seth?
We are after party.
That's us.
God help all y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, in all seriousness, be with us on Thursday. Be safe out there tomorrow.
Yes.
Tonight.
Tonight and tomorrow. I mean, it'll be tomorrow, too.
What's happening tomorrow?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be sitting around watching football.
It's a new year.
Be
So
safe.
is.
Walk in to get some turkey or something. I don't know.
Tomorrow as in 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be safe tonight. How about
Happy
that?
New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Love y'all. 2025 is going to be great. And January 17th, that's the day you can all quit your resolutions.
We're here for you.
Yes, very thankful that you guys include us in your day. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take it lightly. Have a great New Year. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you, and this will be the last time you hear this, unless you're Tajay Spears, NWI, or the people that are getting their cars broke into. Let them live tonight, people. No vandalism.